don't schedule these shows in advance, so first few minutes I'm just waiting for people to get here. Just saying that for anybody who watches the replays. See how long it takes today. Hopefully we'll get a decent audience. I don't think I ever did one of these politics shows this early, but give it a shot and see what happens. I hear Donald Trump put a Oval Office sign in front of the Oval Office, so he doesn't get lost and he'll be able to find it. That's no bullshit. You could actually look that up. Need a sign to remind him where the Oval Office is. Yep. One person. Who's that? Please hit the like button. Just waiting for some people. Nancy Pelosi is retiring, so that's positive news. There you go. What's going on, Jesus? Three people now. Hit the like button, guys, please. I'd appreciate it. I didn't get to listen to much news today. I had to do a live stream on this channel, but unrelated to politics. So I haven't heard much today, but I do know that Donald Trump had to put a sign outside the Oval Office so he can remember where it is, or at least be reminded by the sign where it is. So that's interesting. But nobody will admit that he's got some issues up here, some cognitive issues. Hey, Gas, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Dave Gas has been with me a long time. Seven people. Hit the like button, please. I wish all politicians over 60 would go away. They shouldn't be driving this nation's economy. I agree with you on that. I certainly do. We need term limits and the days of, especially as far as presidents, presidents in their late 70s and shit like that, even their early 70s, shouldn't be a thing anymore, Should not be a thing anymore. Too old, too out of touch, too cognitively impaired, too tired. And that's not just like Joe Biden. That's Trump too. Like I said, they got to put that sign outside the Oval Office so he remembers where he is. I mean, that's plus, the losing is like when he came off of Air Force One and his car, the beast was right in front of him, and instead of getting into it, he made a right, and they had to grab him and lead him back to his car, and he gets lost on stage. He's a mess. People just choose to ignore his dementia. They love to talk about Biden's, but Trump's it's like, what do you mean? Fuck it. It's just Trump. That's how he is. He's just nuts. He's demented too. Six people. We were just at 8. Now we're at 6. It's real odd how these YouTube Shorts live streams or whatever they call them, how they work. 10 minutes from now we could have 400 people, or we could have 3 people. You never know. Trump destroys everything he gets involved with, but never seems to pay the price. That's why he is how he is. Oh, it's just like all his businesses. You know what I mean? His daddy would bail him out. He would file bankruptcy, stiff all his workers, union workers, and everything. Yeah, that's his whole fucking life. Destroying everything he touches and then running away and moving on to something else and leaving everybody else to clean up his mess. Just like any spoiled rich white kid, that's how they are. Crash mommy's Mercedes Benz and, don't worry, she'll get you something new. I never understood people like that, nor do I want to, quite honestly. Just waiting. We still don't have many people. Yesterday I had a show that was like this, like 10 minutes in. We had 8 people. Why am I vaping and smoking a cigarette? Uh, and I was just like, fuck it, it's pointless. So I shut it down, and then I started a new one pretty much immediately, and I wound up getting like, I don't know, 6,000, 7,000 views, something like that. Thing is pretty unpredictable. Plus, it's early in the day, 1:30. I don't know how many people are scrolling through YouTube. 10 people now. Hit the like button, guys, please, and subscribe if you can. Tell me, whether or not you think MAGA people are delusional and why. Please, I'd like to know because I know why I think they're delusional. In my opinion, it's because they absolutely are. We have no reason to believe they're not. But I'm sure some of them they might want to defend themselves here. So let's see. 12 people. Hit the like button, guys, and please subscribe. Tell me whether or not you think MAGA people are delusional. Immigrants should be able to run for president. I don't know. I don't know about that. Hi, Chris. Have a great show. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you dropping by, brother. I do. Hit the like button, guys. Comment in the chat. Let me know what you think. 20 people now. Hit the like button and please subscribe and tell me whether or not you think MAGA people are delusional. I'll tell you what I think if you tell me what you think. It's fair, right? I think they're delusional because they refuse to admit when Trump does anything wrong. Anything. Why can felons run for president but immigrants can't? It is fucked up, isn't it? It really is. It's unbelievable. I have a 34-time felon in the White House. But even that they'll deny. Yeah, last night we had a whole argument about Donald Trump's crimes and whether they're real crimes or not. If it was Biden, they'd be like, oh, yeah, he's a felon, no doubt. But with Trump, they're like, come on, felony. What felony? They're all 34 of them. Only Trump can do wrong. Nobody else can. Who said that? I didn't say that. I'll tell you about shit other presidents have done wrong. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying that with like me, for example, I vote Democrat. I could tell you things Obama did wrong. No problem. I'll tell you things Biden did wrong. No problem. I'll tell you about Kamala's faults. No problem. Okay. But Trump, you guys will refuse forever till the end of time because you're so invested in this guy to admit that he's ever wrong. Ever. So like the Epstein files, for example, how do you justify the fact that he is clearly covering those up? You'll just argue that he isn't when it's right in front of your eyes that he is. It's amazing. That's why I say you're delusional. I don't think you see what's right in front of you. I think you see whatever it is that you want to see. And I'm talking to MAGA people right now, Trump supporters. I saw that Joe Biden was losing his mind. I saw that debate and how fucking bad he was and that he could barely speak. And I did a whole show about it, even though I voted for the guy. But you guys, you refuse to admit Trump has done anything wrong. I don't have a good feeling about that Mom Donnie. I don't think it's going to be as bad as people think. I mean, I can't even believe that people are complaining about having rent stabilized apartments and shit. That is great. That's something New York has needed forever. I don't understand. I really don't. I disagree with immigrants being able to become president. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I mean, Jesse Z. Miller or something said that, but I don't know. I think it's fine. The requirements that are in place, except I think there should be an age limit. You got to be 35. That should stop somewhere. You know what I mean? Like over 60, no more. You can't run. Can't run if you're over 60. Something like that. Should be the same way with Congress. You know. Got these fucking ancient motherfuckers that are 80 and 90 fucking years old, controlling the entire country. It's unreal. It makes me laugh. Ted Cruz was talking yesterday about how bad Tuesday's elections went for the Republicans. He said, "We are the ones that are conservative and with common sense." It's the funniest thing ever, right? D Gamey, my woke joke brother. What's going on? Cancel culture, Devado eating cocksucker you. Uh, Zoran for president 2028. You never know, man. Wouldn't that be some shit? If he was as popular nationally as he is in New York City, there would be no contest, no matter who he's running against. Rent stabilizing means more money in people's pockets, which means people can go out and spend, which creates economic activity. Absolutely. I mean, I can't even believe people are complaining about this. It's amazing to me. And I know it's taxes. Let tax the rich a little more. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. They can afford it. Chris, I think both of us, if we were accused of something like that and had a file, if we were innocent, we would release it. It's just like the MRE thing, isn't it, Dave? Yeah. You're accused of, like he's accused of being a rat. He could prove that he's not if he wasn't really one. But for some reason, he doesn't do that. Same thing here. Yeah, Trump's being accused of being a pedo and an R word and every fucking thing else. And if he's innocent, he could prove it in a heartbeat. And he would. He would because he's the pettiest man in the world. He can't stand being called any type of names or anything. So if he's not releasing those Epstein files, there's a good reason why. Is there registered voting in New York? LOL. What do you mean by that? Is there registered voting? You have to be registered to vote. I don't get it. Obama won twice in a row. Did Trump? No, he didn't. Obama has a more aesthetic physique, I guess. It's not, I don't like to talk about men's physiques, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. When Donald Trump said that his doctor told him that he's healthier than and in better shape than Obama, I mean, if you didn't laugh your ass off, something wrong with you. Hey, Chris, I don't talk about politics or religion. Just stop by to say hello. Oh, by the way, if you lived in New York City, who would you have voted for? Just curious. Oh, without question, Mom Donnie. Without question. But thanks for stopping by, Darren. It's good to see you. I hope you and your family are well. And I mean, look at the choices you had. Curtis Sliwa, Andrew Cuomo. How funny is it that they're flipping out now that fucking Sliwa's staying in the race, split the vote. But guess what? It doesn't matter. If you look at the numbers, Cuomo still wouldn't have beat Mamdani. But they're pissed off. They're pissed off because I guess they think, there would have been a better chance, sure. But if a billionaire can buy government, paying more in taxes isn't going to change that. A millionaire can buy a good life. Higher tax isn't going to change that either. Put a couple of hundred in working. I don't know if we're finished there, but yeah, listen, man. Anybody who says the rich shouldn't be taxed more, you're crazy. I mean, Jeff Bezos pays like 1.1%. That's his tax rate. I mean, that is fucking insane. School teachers pay 10 times the percentage in taxes of their income than fucking billionaires do. That's nuts. I don't know what that says. Jesse Z. Miller, Bob Dole, Obama, Moggs, you, and Trump. Okay, all right. I got you there, yeah. People hands and it changes the economy. Oh, that was working people's hands and it changes the economy. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, thank you, and likewise to you and your family. Have a great show. Thanks, man. Yeah, I only say that, man, because listen, again, you know the way I feel. Like, I'd rather see the money go to the poorest people than to the richest people. And I don't understand how anybody other than the rich people don't see it that way. I mean, why in the fuck would you want the rich to get richer and the poor to get poorer? Unless you just hate poor people. Or unless you're one of those rich guys, that doesn't care about them. I don't know. What is that? What Obama mogged? What does that mean? I saw Bush Sr. and his wife before they passed, broke the party line and voted against Trump. That's how much they hated him. Yeah. It's good shit, right? It was supposed to be windy as a motherfucker today, and it's not. And that kind of pissed me off because I could have went and did my usual daily exercise, but I didn't. Zoran has a more aesthetic physique. That's why you want. Shut up, Jesse. They still think it will trickle down. Oh my God, it's. I say this on every show, but it is really amazing that the Republican politicians for decades now have tricked poor people into thinking that it's not the people all the way at the top that are the problem. It's the people poorer than them. So you got poor people looking down on people who are a little more poor. It's like, and it's just like working class people. When we talk about poor, I'm talking about what you'd even consider a lower middle class income. And in America, you're poor. Middle class, you're pretty much poor in America. But they got the working class people looking down on people that are poorer than them and blaming them for all their problems. Like they don't mind corporate subsidies and fucking tons of money going to corporate bailouts and fucking bonuses and stock buybacks and all that shit. They don't care. But if a poor person is getting food for free, that we got to stop them. And all it really comes down to is that a lot of these MAGA people, they're miserable people. They really are. Believe me, I know some. Not all of them, but a lot of them. They're very angry that their lives didn't work out a certain way. And then rather than taking personal responsibility, they have to find somebody to blame. So it's the people on welfare, or it's the Mexicans, or it's the Muslims, or it's the black people, or the gay people, or the trans people. There's always some reason their lives suck, and it's never, ever their fault. Insane. Grown people who can't take responsibility for their own life choices. Pat, only 17 minutes after Bushes. I agree. Sally, got $1, Mimo? How you doing? Commie. Fuck you. Your opinions are garbage, bro. Stop it. Okay, so give me some opposing viewpoints. Come on, let's do it. You must hang out with broke losers. No. Never really hung out with broke losers. I don't really hang out with anybody, but when I did hang out with friends, no, they had a lot of fucking money. Believe me. Believe me. What's up, BB? How you doing? Enrico, is this the Elon's burner account? Oh, is this Elon's burner account? You think it's Elon Musk? Wouldn't that be some shit? 50 people, everybody, please hit the like button and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. I do these shows every day throughout the day. So if you enjoy them, please subscribe. And especially if you agree with me, because I know Trump people aren't going to sub, but what's up, dicks in my ass? You should pull your head out before you get shitty drunk. Pull your head out before. Okay. Well, I haven't had a drink since June 20th of 2019, but sure, whatever you say, Patrick. You should maybe, I don't know, say something of substance, or maybe a topic of discussion you could put out there, or maybe something we can have a conversation about or argue about or debate, instead of just coming in here and saying dumb shit that doesn't make any sense. You read my criminal case? What was I charged with, Enrico? Keep projecting, Pumpkin. I hope that's not a dude that just called me Pumpkin. Because if it is, he's definitely limp-wristed. You know what's good for you? You'll like and subscribe. That's right. That's right. Possession and manufacturing. Oh, yeah, what's my name? What's my name, Enrico? Where did I commit this crime? This guy hates Trump because scammers hate scammers. Yeah, Enrico, you looked up my case. You should know all kinds of stuff about me. Chris S. Yeah, wrong. Where did I commit the crime? Just tell me where. What city? Hold on. And how do I scam people? You say I hate Trump because scammers hate scammers. How do I scam people? Tell me. Curious. Do you MAGA just insult and not debate facts? Oh, that's all they do. Called you pumpkin because no man would subscribe to that asinine statement. You called me pumpkin because of what other people wouldn't do. That makes sense. You're definitely a Trump supporter. Maureen Mo, hello FBS, purchased the membership earlier, just check in chat to see if I'm still blocked. PS, great stream from yesterday with BTF, Miss Can't Be Wrong, and Angela. Thank you, Maureen. I saw you bought a membership. I thanked you earlier. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, I have a feeling there's going to be more streams like that, but I'm glad you liked it. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. I did. So thank you. This guy's pronouns are fuck you. Yeah, that's my pronouns. Yes. Okay, who is Chris S? You change your name again, SSP? Yeah, I didn't tell you guys, but I did. I did. Next week it'll be Chris M. Mo, you're not blocked. No. Now, I unblocked Angela yesterday, too. She was in the chat in the first show I did today. Yeah, it was so funny. You guys want to hear something funny? Mob 2 people? Angela's been blocked for so long that when I went to my block list, she was the first name on it. Huck Fuddrucker, also check out my music. Okay, where? 64 people. Guys, please hit the like button, subscribe, and tell me whether or not you think MAGA people are delusional. No, but under that name, you got, is it on your channel? Anthony Frankum, MAGA has nothing left to say. Trump has done so many ridiculous things that there isn't much MAGA can say anymore. What auto pen doesn't hold much weight these days? Yeah, come on. It's so ridiculous. The auto pen. After this motherfucker just said he has no idea who he pardoned. He doesn't even know who the guy is. I mean, and they'll still talk about the auto pen, even though, presidents have used auto pens for decades and decades. And they'll talk about Biden with the auto pen, but they'll completely ignore the fact that Biden never said, I have no idea who I pardoned. I don't know who any of them were. I don't know who this one or that one was. But Trump said on national TV, when asked about the CEO of Binance being pardoned, he said, I don't know who the guy is. I don't know. I could tell you where you are right now. If you have a VPN, you're not using it correctly. Okay, tell me where I am right now. But what do I give a fuck? My identity and all that shit is no secret, Enrico. The whole fucking internet knows who I am. Who cares? Go ahead, put it in the chat, fuckface. Why are some so hung up on the past? I don't get it, Chris. We all live and learn. I don't either, man. Yeah, I don't hide. I don't hide. I couldn't give a fuck if Enrico knows everything about me. I started my channel 4.5 years ago by telling people everything about my life, the good, the bad, and the ugly. My addictions, my incarcerations, my criminal cases, my other crimes, my fucking everything. Everything. Hud Fuddrucker, New Jersey is a guess. No. Alaska, BB. You knew. That's right. Anchorage, to be exact. Yes. It's cold as a motherfucker right now. People have known where Chris lives for years. Yeah. Your boyfriends, LOL. What does that mean, Charles? Are you gay? Because only gay people usually look at somebody and think they're gay. Like you're just sitting there judging people. I get a lot of MAGA people in here who are like, yeah, they say something like what you're saying, and I realized a long time ago that shit is usually like a projection, or it's just that you're cock shopping and you're out there looking for gay guys, so you just shoot your shot. Maybe this guy's gay too, Robert Griffin said idiot. Tell me why I'm an idiot, Robert Griffin. Let's have a conversation. Why you just got to insult me? That's not nice. I didn't see your comment and start calling you names. Why you got to insult me? Yeah, Hud Fuddrucker. Yeah. 23 degrees Fahrenheit in Alaska today. That's right. Anchorage to be exact. Oh, yeah. Voters' rights means illegals can vote. No, they can't. There's no such thing as illegals voting in federal elections. It's not even a thing. They can't vote. Believe me, they can't vote. I heard your boy Rug pulled his coin. Who are you talking about? Who did? Trump? Who? Tell me more. Is this something I didn't hear about yet? Is this today's news? Fart jar sniffers. Yep, yep. Fart jar sniffers. Again, that's something I feel like you do because why would. Oh, Trump. Oh, you're on my side. Forget it. I take it back. See, I do exactly what they do. Anytime someone states a fact, you ignore it. Dr. Doodleage state a fact, and I read every comment I can. I don't ignore anything. I will debate any of you motherfuckers anytime. So tell me, Dr. Doodleage, now I'm looking at every comment. The chat is slow. There's only 65 people. Present the fact, and let's see if I ignore it. Trump trash. Yeah, no, I feel you. Frank fucking Rizzo. Dom Sakali. What are you? You're from, you're from MobTube, huh? Voter rights means Americans can vote. Remember, if Trump had his way, he would strip us of our ability to vote. Yeah, yeah. The more people that vote, the less chance Republicans have of winning. Republican policies are just not popular. They never really were, and they certainly aren't now. You noted my comment about you and children. LOL. I noted your comment about you and children. Jesse Mayhem. Let's see. Yeah, there's literally no comment from you that says anything. That's your first comment. So, am I in jail? Yes, I'm in Alcatraz as we speak. Don't tell anybody though, because nobody else is here. It's just me. That's how bad I am that they locked me in a prison all by myself. But just keep that on the low because I don't want the whole internet knowing. Ignored. Okay, why don't you rewrite it, Jesse, since you didn't write it to begin with? Why don't you just say what you want to say? This is like this doodleage dickhead who said people present facts and I ignore them. Show me one fact in this chat, one fact during this show that didn't come from me. Chris is on Angel Island, yeah. Bias much? It's not bias, bro. It's reality. You know, I look at things for what they are, and I see that anybody else, no matter who they support, they can always admit that that person is wrong. Senator, any congressman, president, anything, but not Trump. Trump supporters will never admit that he's wrong about anything. It's not even like you'll say, well, he's wrong about this, but I still support him. You won't even say he's wrong. Dickhead Don is a draft dodger. That's right. Who was the joke? Just fucking relax. Okay, Jesse, I don't know. Tell him to write an auto pen. Fuck. Hit the like and subscribe. Costs nothing. Yeah, please, guys. Hit the like. Come on. I know there's more people than 20 in here that agree with me. So please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me. I have to build up this politics shit on here, you know? This is not how it's always going to be. Once I get enough subs for the politics, I'll be doing live shows on StreamYard, and I'll be dropping the link for people and debating people. It'll be great. Trump said he'd buy you a ticket anywhere you like. Oh, yeah? Me personally? So you are definitely one of the delusional people, right? He'd buy me a ticket anywhere I like. Okay. For what exactly? Just for vacation or something? LOL, your delusions are thick, bro, like that head. All right, tell me what delusions. Because all you guys, you're so uninformed and you know so little that all you could do is say stuff like that. All you guys do is insult people. None of you can have a real debate. Tell me what I'm delusional about. Where do you get your talking points from? They're not talking points. I discuss things that are happening in the country right now and have been happening for a while. That's it. I don't listen to CNN. I don't listen to MSNBC. None of that. People are going to starve, and he is building a ballroom. Well, you know what's funny is all these red, states in these rural areas now. They're fucking lines a mile long for food banks, and guess what? They're all white MAGA people. Yep, because red states receive a disproportionate amount of SNAP funding. SNAP. There's a fuck ton of SNAP recipients in red states and in rural areas. I will definitely say he's wrong on some shit. Well, that's good, John. Can you name something? I'm curious. I give you credit for that. Read up. Okay. 15 minutes of fame, bro. Enjoy. This isn't fame, fuckface. And I've been on YouTube 4.5 fucking years. What are you talking about? He told Epstein he would buy him a ticket. That's a joke, I'm assuming. Delusional about your own intelligence. How? Tell me what I'm wrong about. Because if I'm stupid, then there's got to be things I've said that are just downright wrong, right? There's got to be something. So tell me what I'm saying that's wrong. Tell me what facts I'm stating that are complete bullshit. I want to know. I keep saying fact and you keep ignoring it. I have said what you're delusional about and you refuse to acknowledge it. Dr. Doodledge, you are full of shit. I've read pretty much every comment so far. And you have not stated a single fact. This is all you guys do. You literally come in here and you tell me that you've said things that you haven't said, that you've made comments that you haven't made. You guys are nuts. I keep I read that one. It's already had more than 15 minutes. Yeah, it's fair to say. And fame is fickle anyways. Prove it. If you want to talk shit about Republicans, then prove it. Prove what? Prove that I want to talk shit about Republicans? What does that even mean? Do you guys think before you speak? Don't blame me. I didn't vote for him. That's right, S. Frank. Good for you. Dr. Doodledge, what fact? Even other people in the chat, they know you didn't say anything. He will have food for you at the ballroom. Go now. Yeah, fuck that. They can't. I know, S. Frank. I know. 92 in chat, 24 likes. Hit the like button. Make Baldy grow hair. How about that? Yeah, guys, hit the like button and subscribe, please. I'd appreciate it very, very much. They're twisted and not taken in their own totality. You're talking about Trump supporters? Hate Trump tariffs. Oh, so are you a Trump supporter that just hates his tariffs? That's fine. Yeah, that's admitting he did something wrong. It was a dumb fucking idea. Demis can't use any real issue with how he is governed. I think he's the best president I've seen in my whole life. Well, how about the fact that he's fucking the entire economy up? How about that? You want to talk about that? Because I could tell you a bunch of fucking real issues. Can't prove me wrong, no. Heath Voorhees, good afternoon. Letting people run out of SNAP, he should send out stimulus checks to those people. Well, he could fund SNAP right now. They have the contingency funds. He's just refusing to. A judge ordered him to do it. They had $40 billion for Argentina, but no money for SNAP or ACA subsidies or nothing. The bald lib. Oh, I am not a liberal, believe me. Raised 2 kids, gifted in history. Good, Angela. All right, Dr. Doodledge, you know what? Bye. He's so full of shit. Why do they do that? Every single show, I get a bunch of people they're like, I already stated some facts, or I already told you this or that, or I already answered you, and then I'll look through the entire chat. There's nothing. But then they'll just keep saying it. Meanwhile, if you had something to say, you could just, let's just say somehow you put it in the chat and I didn't see it. Type it again. But if you keep doing that, spamming the chat with nonsense, you're just going to get blocked. If you donate, it grows faster. His hair, that is. That's true, guys. If you donate, hit the super chat button down below or the Cash App up here. Next thing you know, I look like a fucking chia pet. Let's make it happen. I'm going to even do something right now. I'm going to shut up, dickhead. All right. I'm going to put that in there. It's all my information if you'd like to donate, guys. They can't just insult you because they don't know the fact, or they can just insult you. Is that what you meant? Yeah, that's all they do. He's the carnival, a clown on the plank above the pool. Who, Trump? Yes. Y'all smoking meth because y'all messing around way too much. Okay, Blaze Dragon. How about him being a war criminal? Trump? There's one. See, people are admitting shit about Trump. I can't believe it. I'm shocked. I've already had some MAGA people. They just won't say he hasn't done anything wrong. Are any MAGA people here willing to say that Trump is everything he's done is correct or right or good for the country? How about I just want people to tell me, people who support Trump, and people who don't can tell me shit too, but I want to see Trump supporters saying, no, I support the guy, but this is fucked up, like the tariffs or something like that. I just want to see if it exists. Because I've never met a Trump supporter who will admit that this guy's wrong about anything. Never, not once. I should be delusional for talking to you. Again, you got nothing to say, just insults. Who changed the definition of recession? Nobody. They're happy buying medicine at 1,500% of discount. This is why they are happy. Ha ha ha. What? I'm talking about, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Trump said he's going to discount medicine by 1,500%, which would be impossible. But what did he do to mess up the economy? The tariffs, number one. Listen, Joe Biden was creating, on average, even after the revisions, okay, he was creating about 180 jobs a month on average. Donald Trump has been in office 10 months. He created 500,000 jobs. The last 4 months have been the worst months for job growth, I think, since 2021. Inflation is up. Unemployment is up. Prices are up. Utilities are up. Everything. Groceries cost more. Everything. And the tariffs are making everything more expensive, of course. And they're fucking up our farmers. China stopped buying fucking soybeans from the U.S., so you got farmers going out of business, going bankrupt and shit. And then he sends $40 billion to Argentina, and he makes it so that China's now buying their soybeans from Argentina, and he's going to increase beef imports from Argentina so he can screw our fucking U.S. cattle ranchers. I mean, what do you mean? A lower court cannot dictate anything on the federal level. Who said they can? A federal court can. Who said any? What do you mean a lower court? The judge ordered it by the 21st. Is it by the 21st? I didn't know that part. Exactly, 40 billion to Argentina, America first. Yeah. Tariffs are bringing more money. You're dumb. I'm dumb. You just said tariffs are bring in more money. You are the letters. You are dumb. You're illiterate. And they don't bring, where do they bring in money from? Just out of curiosity. Like, who pays the tariffs? You talking about tariffs helping? Tariffs are literally a tax you, the consumer, end up paying, guys. Exactly. That's what this guy, he said tariffs bring in money. Our money. It's just like taxes bring in money. Our money. Like, what do you mean? It's like, oh, Trump raised the taxes. Look how much money he brought in. He brought it in from us. The fuck are you talking about? Foreign countries don't pay tariffs. Support closing of border. That's good. Even I support that. Fuel is cheaper by a minuscule amount, only in some areas, and it's going back up, and everything else is more expensive, so it doesn't matter. If you think tariffs do anything but make products more expensive, then you're an idiot. 100%. Importers pay the tariffs. Yes. Yep. So whatever company is buying things from other countries, having them imported, once they get to those docks, boom, they have to They have to pay the tariff on it. It's the only way they can get their shit. And then that's passed down to the consumers. So then we pay more, you know. And there's even items I buy from other parts of the world now, where there's clothing and shit I buy from other countries. I gotta pay a fucking ridiculous tariff on that shit just to get it. Argentina beef is lower quality, and it will mostly be hamburger meat imported. Yeah, it'll just be cheaper, and that's Trump's way of fixing the problem. He's saying U.S. cattle ranchers, that their beef prices are too high, so we'll get our beef from Argentina. Come on, man. Trump is too dumb to do anything. I agree with you, Mark. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. Come on, we only got 35 likes. Keep hitting it, please. I'd appreciate it. And subscribe. I need to build up subs so I can start doing shows on StreamYard, and we can start having debates and all that shit. I tried to help Kamala win. I voted 5 times in California. That's funny. Don't get these MAGA people started. They'll be like, you see, election fraud. Trump for Mount Rushmore. Oh, my own. You can't prove Trump did anything good to someone who hates him. The tariffs are helping to fund the... Wait, you can't prove Trump did anything good to someone who hates him. The tariffs are helping to fund the country. Tariffs are more expensive if you buy anything foreign. What in the fuck are you talking about? Tariffs? Tariffs fund the country. Tariffs, we pay the tariffs. So they're the same as taxes. Yeah, taxes fund the country, dipshit. What do you mean? Taxes fund the country, yes. It's basically what you just said. So... And you say tariffs are more expensive if you buy anything foreign. I guess that's your way of saying that if you buy from outside the country, you're gonna pay more because of the tariffs. And that's supposed to be the plan, is that it'll help U.S. manufacturing and all that other stuff. But it's not working. And damn near anything that's manufactured in America is going to have parts or ingredients or something that come from these tariffed countries. So they have to pay more just to manufacture their products, and they pass that on to us. So everything you fucking buy is more expensive. Tariffs bringing in more money. Tariffs are taxing the consumers. Hello? Yeah, I got a lot of fucking reasonable people in here today. Usually it's all MAGA. Yes, you guys know. Your brain is weeping out of your ear. Okay, now say something related to politics. You're dumb. Y-O-U-R. It's the irony is food is cheaper. No, it's not. You can Google it right now. It's not. Food prices are up. Look how much fucking steak costs, for fuck's sake. You can't even buy steak no more. You got to take out a personal loan. It's fucking ridiculous. The enablers do everything. Trump just irritates people. To an extent, I know what you mean, but still, you know, he's the only one who could pull off what he's pulling off. You know, they wouldn't be able to do it without him. Eggs are cheap. Yeah, eggs and gas is a little bit cheaper. Eggs are cheaper. That's it though. Everything else is more expensive. I think you mean won't people are delusional. Won't? All right. Trump is your orange daddy. Ugh. Are you a guy? Dallas Joey, yeah, man. What the fuck, bro? Calling a grown man daddy. Oof. Yeah. You guys are always talking anti-gay shit, yet you're some of the gayest fucking people I've ever come across. Start buying American. Well, I just explained that. Even that's going to be more expensive, most likely, because they got to get, you know, like I worked at a factory that built Harley Davidsons. You know how many of those parts come from other countries? So they got to pay tariffs. The parts become more expensive, and then the prices of the bikes become more expensive. Buy American, stupid. You still don't get it, do you? Everything is cheaper. No, it's absolutely not cheaper. Everything is not cheaper. Tariff is the equivalent of punching yourself out and calling yourself the heavyweight boxing champion. Yeah, yeah. Eggs, bacon, and gas so much lower now. I'm not sure about bacon, but groceries as a whole, they're just going up. The prices are higher than they were. That's just a fact. They keep getting higher under Trump. It's I don't know how else to tell you. You just keep arguing it. Meanwhile, You could fucking search this for yourself right now in a second and you'll see the answer. We need to tariff Africa right this second. Why is that? Canada charges U.S. 300% tariffs on eggs. Why should USA put up with that? Do we get all our eggs from Canada? Why is fair other countries charge tariffs on our goods? Because the tariffs for specific reasons are one thing. Universal tariffs are something different. And every time this asshole talks about having a trade deficit, I mean, it's unbelievable that a trade deficit is kind of a good thing. We are the richest country in the world. So obviously we're going to buy more from other countries than they buy from us. That's why there's a trade deficit. There's always going to be a trade deficit, no matter what. So I don't know. There's a monopoly on beef processing in the U.S., you think? That is where the money comes from to pay for all on government help. Where? Tariffs? How do we do it before? Barry Cunningham, be fair with yourself. Okay, yeah. Grab him by the snatch, Trumps. Now we are on Survivor. Am I paid to do this? If people donate, I am, yeah. Who do you think I'm paid by? Like George Soros or something? You guys have been brainwashed into believing that anybody that dissents, anybody that doesn't agree with Trump is some paid shill, like I'm paid by some deep state character or something. Meanwhile, no, I'm just smart. Not really smart, but kind of smart. Smart enough to know better than to vote for Trump. What makes them delusional? They refuse to admit when he's wrong, and he's wrong all the time. Also, they see him for something he's not. See, that's why I always say it's the Trump supporters that are deranged, that have Trump derangement syndrome. Because the fact of the matter is the guy's a documented racist, rapist, business failure, philanderer, cheated on every wife he ever had, known scumbag and slumlord, a felon, a guy who was impeached twice for good reason, a horrible human being in general, a guy who's talked openly about wanting to fuck his own daughter, basically looked at a 10-year-old girl and said, I'll be dating her in 10 years, found civilly liable for sexual assault. I mean, you guys see him as a God-fearing man who loves our country, and that is delusional. Even with tariffs, the imports are still cheaper than domestic goods. Yeah, and that's why the comment above you just me. If you buy stuff from the USA, it's better for the USA. But people are going to buy what they can afford. They're going to buy what they can afford. People don't have the option necessarily of saying, well, that one's made in China, but this one's made in the USA, and it's $8 more, but fuck it, I'm going to get it anyway. You can't do that. What have you done for your country? I pay taxes. I mean, well, like most citizens, I pay taxes. Well, what else should I have done? What have you done for your country? Have you served? If so, thank you for your service. Other than that, what have you done? UK food prices have never been so expensive. It's a global thing, no matter who's in power. Well, you can't convince them of that, and like they, as far as they're concerned, eggs were expensive and groceries were expensive because of Biden. Meanwhile, there's nothing he did that would have caused prices to go up like that. And Trump, they'll just deny now that prices are higher, even though they are. And if they come down, you better believe they'll give all credit to Trump. It's amazing. They won't blame him for high prices, but they'll give him credit for low prices. No, yep, they don't. BB from VA, 199 match. Thank you, BB. Now, if you guys would like to match her donation, which is something we do on my regular shows, please do. And hit the like button and subscribe, please. Why won't Dems vote to open government, then negotiate? Because the Republicans won't negotiate. It's a trick. They've tried this before. Democrats have a little bit of leverage, and they're trying to save people's health care. So if they vote to open the government a month from now, The Republicans are going to tell them, nope, we're not extending the ACAs, period. Don't even try it. And that's, or the ACA subsidies. And that's it. The Democrats got fucked again. Republicans play dirty and they cheat and they lie through their teeth. The Democrats have constantly, consistently made these bad decisions of agreeing with these motherfuckers and having faith in them that they'll do the right thing. And they fail every time because of it. So this time they're finally doing the right thing. Want to buy a watch? Let me guess, it's a Trump watch, right? EBT is reparations. How when the majority of it goes to white people? What are those reparations for? Because the majority of people on welfare are white, right? You listen and believe what the wrong people say. Me? No. That's another thing that's funny about you guys. It's the exact opposite. The shit we hear is true. The shit you hear is nonsense, and it's the only thing you believe. Tony Ducks, $2 for Match BB. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that very, very much. Chinese dog food killed my dog. Well, if your dog died, I'm sorry to hear that, but I don't know if it was Chinese dog food that did it. These people are Trump University graduates. Yes, they are. Hit the like button and subscribe, people. Tell me whether or not you think Trump supporters are delusional. What's a lie? Tell me what's a lie. H-bomb. The Islamic Muslim invasion is more important than what you were crying about. Except there isn't one, but okay. Ballroom with a McDonald's window, yeah. People have to make choices all the time. Your choices are for the USA or a different country. It's like I said, people don't necessarily have the choice. When you're talking about certain items, any item, if people are struggling, they live paycheck to paycheck, and one item is $4, that's made in China, and the other item made in USA, same item is $8. Which do you think they're going to buy? They're going to buy whatever they can. Making people aware of what Trump is helping the country. Oh, yeah. Good point. Yeah, I do this for the country. Yeah. Paid for extra 20 million extra people. Talk about illegals. What paid for that? Greg, this dude isn't debating. He's ranting. There's a difference. It's not fair for you to try to debate these delusional nitwits. Oh, yeah, no. I know. And this guy said, Greg, this dude isn't debating, he's ranting. Okay, let's debate. I'm at the bottom of the chat. Come on, let's debate. Say something. Trump doesn't need to do, because I've been debating this whole time. Like when somebody says something in the chat, and I come back at them and they come back at me. That's literally the definition of a debate. Trump doesn't need to do anything to lower the cost of living. I'm not a loser and I can afford my cost of living. Oh, so you're one of those people that as long as it doesn't affect you, you don't give a fuck. So the fact that the majority of the country can't afford to live a decent life, that's no concern of yours as long as you can. That right there makes you a Republican. You're intelligent but on the wrong side. That's sad. Well, thank you, but I'm not on the wrong side, believe me. And I'll debate that with you anytime. Like how you pick and choose only questions that sound good for you. Who is paying for 20 million extra? That those illegals pay fuck tons of money, like 80 something billion dollars a year in taxes and shit into the government, right? And what are we paying for with illegals exactly? What do you mean? Paying for what? They can't get welfare, they can't get Medicaid or Medicare, they can't get any government benefits. So what are we paying for? This isn't good for the country. Tell me why. We need illegals to vote in the USA for vote Democrat. Nah. Trump is unquestionably the funniest president ever. I'll give you that. Does Biden know where he is at the moment? Do you think he's wandering around somewhere? See? I say Trump, you say Biden. You guys live in the past. You can't defend Trump, so you just bring up Biden. Who cares where Biden is? He's not the president anymore. But I'll tell you what, you could look at the news today. They just had to put a sign out in front of the Oval Office so Trump can find it. And that's no bullshit. Look it up. He gets lost. He can't find the Oval Office. So now outside of the Oval Office, it literally says Oval Office. And that's just so Trump can find it. He got lost the other day. A woman in Asia was walking him around some ballroom because he kept straying away and going the wrong way, wrong direction. He gets lost looking for his fucking for the presidential the car there, the Beast. You know, he gets lost on stage all the time. He rants about electric boats and sharks and Hannibal Lecter and Al Capone and being indicted, and he's a madman. The so-called weave he does is not a strategy, and it's not something he tries. It's not any part of his plan. It's just that when he starts talking, he gets lost, and he rambles, and he goes from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. You know, so he had to make something up and say, "Oh, that's the weave. I do that on purpose." Yeah. Mike Anderson, if that works, it'll be a good thing. If you can't afford food and rent, then you suck at life. That's a sad thing to say, man. You are truly a piece of shit. I can honestly say that because the people who can't listen, me and my wife do very well. I'm a very fortunate guy, but I will always have empathy for people who are struggling, you know, and anybody who doesn't is just a piece of shit. You'll debate me? Okay, let's do it. You're in the chat now. Debate me. Do I like ice? No. And these are the comments I skip. Put a hat on. You're blinding me. Stuff like that. Like I haven't been doing what, bro? You keep asking the same question I already answered. So expand upon the role of the Federal Reserve to make your arguments complete. We're not even discussing the Federal Reserve, so why would I? I've asked this question so many times and no answer. How did Trump taking office affect your life personally? Not what is said on the news. You personally, whoever wants to answer. You know, just asking people in the chat. For me, I'll tell you what. Very simply, the economy getting worse and tariffs making everything more expensive. Because inflation in general might not always be the president's fault. Prices going up might not always be the president's fault. But prices going up because of tariffs, that's the president's fault. You know, so they're making everybody's life worse. They just don't realize it. You know, they just don't realize it. And, they're taking rights away. You got to be scared to say anything. Soon, channels like mine will be wiped off the face of fucking YouTube because Donald Trump is censoring anybody who speaks badly of him. He's taken away so many constitutional rights. It's disgusting. So. And I know that I could be tackled tomorrow by some ICE agent and locked up for a few hours before they realize I'm an American citizen just because my skin is darker and I have tattoos. It can happen to anybody. It's disgusting what's going on. He's a dictator for real. Yeah. You talking shit. Okay. Here it is. You are very intelligent and eloquent, but your numbers aren't exact or close. Also, illegals finger assistance in high blue states like New York, California, and Illinois. Wow. My numbers are off or aren't exact. Well, they might not be exact. To say they're not close. I mean, bring up a specific thing. Which number for what? And they can't get federally funded assistance, period. Do you understand that? They can't get SNAP. They can't get Medicare. They can't get Medicaid. They can't get Section 8 housing. They can't get any of that shit. It's against federal fucking law. They have to have a social security number. Trump ended 8 wars. Name the 8 wars he ended. How is it possible that urine is Democratic protest? Urine? Okay. Seriously, Trump was censored for years by your bosses. My bosses? Who are my bosses, just out of curiosity? And how is he censored? The guy has had a platform and free media coverage for fuck since he said Mexicans are rapists. You know what I mean? The guy's gotten billions of dollars worth of free airtime, basically. How's he censored? Because he does stupid shit and they have to ban his accounts because the shit he does is fucking dangerous? I mean, of course, that should apply to anyone. Just like I can get my account banned. What constitutional rights has he taken? Free speech, first of all, freedom of press, uh, uh, the right to assemble peacefully, things like that. He got Jimmy Kimmel taken off the air temporarily. He tried to do it permanently. He got Stephen Colbert taken off the air. He takes press passes from journalists who ask him tough questions. He's threatened to take broadcast licenses away from any networks that speak badly of him. He sues law firms that just represented people that were suing him and stuff like that. That's just some of it. He uses the military to break up peaceful protests. He wants to run for a third term. That would be the 25th Amendment. Since he can't really do that, he's talked about running as vice president. That would be the 12th Amendment. He's violated mad constitutional rights. My life hasn't changed a bit regardless of who's in office. No, like noticeably, like me, can I say I'm worse off now than I was when Biden was in office? No, but that's because I do fairly well. And I can afford shit. You understand? Like, but it still affected me because it's more money coming out of my pocket because prices are higher because of tariffs. And the shit you buy is more expensive too. So it's costing you more money. New York City mayor, what about him? I think he's going to be great. Mamdani won because he isn't controlled by Israel. He was even endorsed by one of the largest Orthodox Jewish communities in NYC. That's right. John Pacente, how am I not making sense? At a bare minimum, state the two main mandates of the Federal Reserve. You are dumb if you're talking about the economy and cost of goods. You must talk about the Federal Reserve's actions. No, I don't. I'm not an expert on the Federal Reserve at all, and I never claimed to be. I'm talking about Trump and his policies. And by the way, Jerome Powell, you do realize that's somebody that Trump appointed, right? Like Trump is so delusional, and you guys are delusional for going along with it. He'll stand there and say that he literally has said on camera, I can't imagine why anybody would have appointed Jerome Powell as Federal Reserve Chair. Meanwhile, it was him that did it. It was him that did it. Dependent. What about it? Debate you? Okay, let's do it. No name, you're in the chat. Let's debate. He doesn't even know what to say. About what? I can prove it. Look at any Democrat at all. Enough said. Prove what? What are you talking about? You guys got to put entire statements in the comments, or I don't know what you're referring to. Your side literally banned Trump from every social media site. My side did? What side am I on? Just out of curiosity. And how did they do that? He created his own social media. And the shit that he got banned for, he deserved to get banned for. He's a fucking madman. He's doing shit that's dangerous. He's inciting riots and everything else. He's putting out misinformation about pandemics, everything. Has he actually ran for a third term or ran as a VP? If you say he's broken these amendments just because you think he said these things without doing them, then your argument is dead. How about the freedom of speech and freedom of press and everything else that I said? And no, I didn't say he already violated them. I said he wants to. You could rewind it back. He's talking about running for a third term. That would be a violation of the 25th Amendment. And if he tried to run as vice president, because the 12th Amendment says that you can't run... if you're not eligible to run for president, you're not eligible to run for vice president. He's spoken about doing that too. So he talks regularly about violating these constitutional amendments, and he's done many of them. Like I said, I noticed you didn't say anything about the freedom of speech or freedom of press or right to assemble or anything like that. Am I saying Trump is never wrong? No, I'm saying Trump is always wrong. I want to have a strip club built in the White House and name it the Oval Orifice. Casey, you are the man. That is a great idea. Well, what do you want me to do? You see what this guy just said? Dude, you're like 2 minutes behind. Now, let me tell you why I can't win. If I try to read a lot of comments, you yell at me for being behind. If I don't read every comment, you tell me that I'm skipping or ignoring your comments. So I can't win either way. He hasn't stopped any protests. No. Yeah, absolutely. He hasn't used the National Guard to break up protests in like Portland or LA or anything like that. No. Yeah, you're completely right. Say you're okay with men and women's sports. I don't give a shit. Personally, I think it's ridiculous, but I know it's a non-issue that doesn't even make a difference. It doesn't even matter. In the grand scheme of things, there's 550 something thousand NCAA athletes in this country, and about 7 of them are transgender. You guys have been brainwashed into believing this is happening every day all over America. And you think about it so much, you're not paying attention to what's really going on in the world. I noticed you guys don't say anything like, so you're okay with Trump covering up the Epstein files. Forget men and women's sports. Let's talk about some of the most powerful, wealthy men in the country, if not the world, who are without a doubt pedos and rapists that are in those files that Trump is covering up, and Trump might be one of them. You're not concerned about that. So it's not about protecting women. Don't give me shit about men and women's sports. Oh, we got to protect women. They should have men. Let's release the Epstein files. That's how we protect women. Let's give them back their reproductive rights. That's how we protect women. You know? If you don't like listening to this guy, fuck off, leave him alone. He has his opinion, and you all have yours. Agree to disagree live and let live fucking numpties. Okay. Okay, sure, Tom. Trump doesn't know the Constitution either or any Bible verse for the evangelicals out there. That motherfucker, forget the Constitution. He was in the Oval Office, and they asked him, he pointed out the Declaration of Independence on the wall. And the interviewer said to him, what does the Declaration of Independence mean to you? He had no idea what it was. No idea. I could play you the clip. And that's the president. John Pacente, give me a little bit. I'll give you a number. Can win because you're a Democrat. He has not done freedom of speech. He complains about it, but he can't. What do you call having people removed from their television shows because they make fun of him, like Stephen Colbert? You'll just deny that was him, right? Even though he basically admitted it. When networks are trying to, do a merger and Trump's FCC is in charge, and he could threaten them into taking shows off the air, that merger won't happen. No peaceful protests in Portland. No, that's all they were. Recently, they were showing you guys videos of things that went on years ago. They weren't peaceful. Sure, they weren't. They weren't peaceful, or they were peaceful until the fucking National Guard got there. That's why they sent them in there, so they could fucking start a war and then be like, oh, look how violent they are. You don't care about protecting children from pedos? No. That's exactly what I care about. It's the Trump supporters that don't. Where's the line drawn when men want to go into a women's locker room? John Pacente, is that the stuff you want to debate? I'm going to give you a number in a minute. I'm going to tear you up. Epstein files. That's right. You think Trump is blocking that, you clown? Blocking what? Fuckface. Keep calling names, faggot. See what happens. Keep calling names. Say one more ignorant ass fucking insult. Bitch. Just because I could eat you alive in a fucking debate, and I'm going to prove that shortly if you stop being a fucking dickhead. Biden is not on the list. I don't care if he is. I want to know who's on that list. I don't care who it is. Trump can barely read, yeah. No such thing as a true Christian Republican. I agree. Leave Brittany alone. What's up, Bill Brasky? Sure, that was a massive overgeneralization for a large portion of the population, and people overwhelmingly voted for Trump. No, they didn't. They didn't. You guys like to say half the country voted for Trump. Half the country didn't vote, period. And half the voters that did vote didn't vote for Trump. He got about 49.7% or something of the vote, and he won by a much smaller margin than Kamala or than Biden won by when he was running against Trump. Trump beat Kamala by about 2 million votes. Biden beat Trump by about 7 million. So they didn't overwhelmingly vote for Trump. Keep men out of women's sports and locker rooms. What do you think about the Epstein files? If you were worried about women, your first priority would be seeing those Epstein files. You don't care about women. You don't care about women. You hate transgender people. Period. That's it. I personally, if I saw a fucking man going in the bathroom with my daughter, I'd kill him. Okay, but I know this is not the big issue you're making it out to be. It's not. I don't know a single woman who's had this happen to her. Meanwhile, even if they went in there, guess what they'd go in there for? To use the bathroom. But the people who hurt children and women of other ages, that's fine. Forget the Epstein files. We don't need that, right? I'll debate freedom of speech. When or how has he blocked that? Facts, not a headline you saw on MSNBC. I don't watch MSNBC. I have eyes and ears. If you guys don't think he's fucking with freedom of speech, you're out of your mind. Look at Elon. Elon bought Twitter just so he could get Trump elected again. And the fucking guy blocks anybody who doesn't agree with him or Trump. You know? Trump, he's talked about jailing journalists. He's suing news networks. This is all freedom of press. This fucking asshole sued 60 Minutes, or the network itself. I forget what ABC, CBS, I don't even remember which one it is. He sued them because they uh, edited a video of Kamala doing an interview. And a couple of days ago, they edited a video of him doing the interview and nobody's saying a fucking word. The guy at one point said that he's going to get up and leave because they were asking him about this pay for play shit. He fucking, he pardoned a guy who got his company a $2 billion investment. And when he was asked about it, and it's in the transcript, he said, maybe I'll just get up and leave. I don't want you to ask me those questions. And they edited it out. And he sued them for doing the same thing with Kamala. Trump bragging about girls. You know what, Kilgore Trout? I'm so glad you brought that up. Trump has bragged about going into girls' dressing rooms. And there was 4 or 5 of the girls that were in those dressing rooms were underage, and they spoke out about it. Okay, they accused him. They were in there naked, underage, and he would walk in on them. That doesn't bother you, but you're worried about a transgender guy going into a woman's room. It's amazing. Trump is a typical Democrat. What's the surprise? Yeah, he's not a Democrat. Everyone wants the list out, and bringing up the list as an argument about men in women's bathrooms is crazy. Wait, everyone wants the list out, and bringing up a list as an argument about men in women's bathrooms is crazy, dog. I'm not sure. It's a little confusing, but yeah. Talk about Trump not being able to spell. These people can't spell. I know. I know. What do we got? 99 people? Guys, give me 1 second. I got to go do something real quick. And when I come back, I'm giving John Pacenti the phone number. I'll be right back. We're going to have a debate. Nobody goes into women's bathrooms, you idiots. Yeah, it's not a. It's not even a thing that that happens that often. I don't think. Hold on, let me close that door. But this is what they're told about. They watch Fox fucking News all day, and Fox News just demonizes transgender people and scares the shit out of these people. There's men going in women's restrooms, so they think this is a real issue, and it's not. You talking about me, No Name? If so, thank you. The savior of the Democrats is an Arab socialist. And the savior of the Republican parties is a the Republicans is a 34-time convicted felon who was found civilly liable for sexual assault, a documented racist who was sued for not renting apartments to black people, cheated on every wife he ever had, bragged on Howard Stern about never having any part in raising his fucking kids. It's talked about openly about wanting to fuck his own daughter, looked at a 10-year-old girl and said, I'll be dating her in 10 years, walked in on teenage girls in dressing rooms, you know? All right, John, here, I'm going to give you the number. This is only for John. I'm taking one call and I'm done because I don't want to be on here all fucking day. 410-941-9850. What about all the girls in this Miss Teen USA contest? They're not worried about those girls being walked in on. No, they're only worried about, girls in the bathrooms. Right? You side with people who believe there's something they're not. Grandeur commonly associated with delusions. Next debate. You talking about me? Tell me how. Says the guy who doesn't know what a woman is. A woman is anybody who was born with a vagina, you stupid fuck. I'm not a liberal. You'll never, you guys have been brainwashed into believing that anybody who doesn't agree with Trump is they're delusional people who don't even understand the difference between a man and a woman. Yeah, you got the wrong guy. Got the wrong guy. 9850. Yeah, I'm a dope, Mark, but you wouldn't debate me for $1 million fucking dollars. I'd demolish you. Tell me what I've lied about, because I could prove anything I say. There aren't everyday casual dude walking in girls' bathrooms every day. I agree, it's not really a thing, but it happens, and it's usually crazy people. Give me some exact examples of like guys that have hurt women and stuff in bathrooms. Transgender people. Give me some credible sources.
John Pizante, then. To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
What's up, John?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey,
on YouTube?
Yeah.
Are we on?
Yeah, we're on. Everybody can hear you.
Okay, so what's up?
What do you want to debate?
So, here's where my argument comes in. I agree with all the shit that you say as far as, like Trump said some stupid shit for sure.
Yeah.
But what he does and what he says is very different. And you having the opinion that everybody who believes in Trump and thinks she's doing right is just the exact same point that you're pushing. You're sitting there saying that everybody who, is not agreeing with Trump is just a liberal, but you're over there saying the exact opposite, that anybody does agree with Trump doesn't know that sits around and hates on transgender and stuff like that.
No.
That's not reality, man.
If you listen to my show, from the beginning of this very show, I said the majority of MAGA people, that's the way they are. They're delusional. They won't admit that he's wrong. They focus on these non-issues instead of the important shit. I'm not saying there's no individuals who don't see Trump for what he is. I'm just saying the majority of them.
Okay, and I can agree with that, but you got to agree with the same side. Here's where I have a problem with the transgender issue. It has nothing to do with people's individual rights.
Okay.
It has to do with if my sister's sending her kids to school, they now have to be taught about transgender. Which is fine to a degree.
But that's not
religion. You can't celebrate holidays that are American holidays, stuff like that.
None of that is true, though.
It's not true. Over 22 states.
I have a 13-year-old. What do you mean? What holidays specifically?
Well, what do we have now? We can't do multiple holidays. We don't celebrate. We've changed the name of. We can't say Happy Holidays in school. Or no, you have to say Happy Holidays. You can't say Merry Christmas.
Well, that's to respect other. Like, do you respect freedom of religion? Because that.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, so if there's a school and there's all types of different kids, Muslim kids, Jewish kids, Christian kids, all that, then what's wrong with just saying Happy Holidays?
Somebody says Happy Hanukkah, but I should be able to celebrate Christmas.
Listen, personally, I've always, and I told my daughter this when they started saying Happy Holidays in schools, I'll always say Merry Christmas. Always. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. But I'm just saying that.
Here's something more important. Like you were saying, because this is that soft shit you're talking about.
Well, no, yeah. Can I just make the point, though, that that's not a real issue, considering everything going on in the world? Who gives a shit if your kids have to say Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas?
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you truly believe that Trump is blocking the Epstein files?
I know for a fact he is.
Just think about it for a second, though. Think about it for a second.
Okay.
Everything that Trump has done has been dissected, thrown into court, ripped apart. All of his properties have been seized, looked through, his books, everything.
Yep.
It's the top 0.1% money that's high in that list, bro. As the Trump, you give him far too much credit if you think something like that could be even blocked by Trump.
Okay, well, let me tell you exactly how it's happening. So, first of all, Trump ran on releasing the Epstein files. He ran on it. He said he was going to do. Okay, so why isn't he?
Number one, I am a firm believer that list and most of those files no longer exist.
They might have destroyed them.
And everything else were on that list, and names were released. You're talking about the most powerful people on the planet.
Yeah.
If you think that me and you get to see anything that they don't want us to see in this day and age, then you got bigger problems.
How did we find out about Prince Andrew? You see what I'm saying? Listen, Trump, let me tell you what's going on. So Trump ran on releasing the files. Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, they were the two biggest podcasters pushing the release of the Epstein files. MAGA wanted nothing more than to see the Epstein files. They were demanding it. Okay? So Pam Bondi...
Trump separated from him at Mar-a-Lago in 2009. Him and Epstein had a big falling out. No, 2004 it was.
Well, that was because of a real estate.
Over buying Mar-a-Lago.
No, it was over a real estate deal. It was over a home that Epstein wanted to buy.
Buying Mar-a-Lago in Miami. Dude.
Yes. So he didn't separate from Epstein because Epstein is a child molester or a rapist. He separated from him over a real estate deal. They were best friends for 10 years. So listen. So
I definitely wouldn't say best friends. They were cited together.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Like everybody else who was famous and everybody else who was in politics and being bankrolled by him.
Okay, Jeffrey Epstein. Hold on, John. Hold on. It's my show. Remember? Hold on. Okay. So Trump is photographed with him a zillion times. He's in videos with him. He's on the flight logs 8 fucking times. He met Melania through Trump. The first time he fucked Melania was on Epstein's plane. Okay, Michael Wolff interviewed Jeffrey Epstein, and Jeffrey Epstein said, we were best friends for 10 years. And now Trump, listen, in May, Pam Bondi sat Trump down. Now, first she said, I have the Epstein files on my desk. About a month later, she sat down Trump. She sat him down and she said, listen, your name is in the files numerous times. Okay, so they had 1,000. This is a true, credible report. They assigned 1,000 FBI agents to redact.
What's the source of this report? I got to look at it to debate it.
There's a million different sources, and Pam Bondi has never denied it. Okay, and neither has Donald Trump. Well, actually, he said that she talked to him, but she didn't say his name was in there or something. But he lies through his teeth. So anyway. She told him that he was in the files. They started redacting his name from the files. About 3 weeks after that, they come out in June and they say, there is no list. Even though Pam Bondi just said, I have the Epstein list on my desk. She just said it a couple of months before. They say there's no list. Now, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, and Donald Trump, the three people who were talking the most about releasing the Epstein files, all of a sudden said, there is no list. What do you mean? Even though they spent years.
What are you excited on? What's this being cited on? Because, like, you can spit facts about something that I've never seen. You know what I mean? I can't really debate something that, to this degree, where you're pointing out specific events and a specific report. But over 4,500 pages of documents have been released of the Epstein files.
About 45,000. And they say there's about 200 and something thousand that haven't been released.
Okay, so where I guess I'm going with this is, I have seen and I've looked into this stuff on my own, because the first thing that everybody has to do, which is not pushed nearly enough, is understand that everybody is pushing a narrative. Absolutely everybody. You know, and a lot of times those narratives are controlled by one person. If you look at who owns all of the liberal and right side versus left side newscasts, it's the same 0.1% of people. You know, BlackRock owns pretty much everything media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're pushing both narratives, spoon-feeding people for the key reason that if we are divided, number one, it sells more, and number two, we can't look at the overall picture. Like, even going into tariffs and stuff like that, which this is the first time I've ever watched you, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I've heard you talking a lot about that and immigration. When Biden had Obama had multiples of how many people Trump have deported, and literally nobody said a word.
Yeah,
and
well, hold on. First of all, I want to get back to the Epstein thing, but I'll touch on that real quick. It's because of how it's being done. Obama gave everybody due process. That's how he deported people.
Oh, Trump, no, come on.
Trump
had
is
them in cages, which were overfull. They were literally.
So did Trump.
Trump tried building a place where it had 4 people to a room.
Trump had them in cages too, bro. You could look it up. It's the same.
If you look at those newscasts, it was actually from Biden's time that it showed him public pictures of people in cages. He literally built that whole alligator aisle or whatever it was that never opened because, and in that
alligator Alcatraz did open. It's still open. They're closing it.
Sorry, misspoke. You are correct. It did open, but look at that place. It's literally a Ritz compared to what Obama and Biden had people being deported in.
It's literally a place full of cages. Oh my God.
4 people to a cell.
Bro, if you... I can look up the numbers for you and tell you the difference. How many more fucking people, how many more children Trump separated from their families than Obama?
Please do. Fact check it on news right now, because Obama had literally millions more.
No, he didn't.
Tens of millions more.
But let me just hold on.
I'll tell you right now.
John, I'll look it up in a second, but look, let me show you something. DOJ, so about Pam Bondi reporting that Trump is in the Epstein files, Fox News, CNN, ABC News.
Again, pushed by BlackRock. Hold
on, John. Congressman DanielGoldman.gov, the New York Times, NPR, Reuters, PBS, BBC, the Wall Street Journal, Axios, Politico, CNBC. All of these. So you're telling me they're all wrong?
Owners of those.
Huh?
That is literally all BlackRock, bro. They own.
Are you telling me?
What you just mentioned.
Are you telling me that all these news outlets reported this same story and Pam Bondi didn't come out and say that is absolute bullshit? How come she didn't do that?
No. What I am saying to you is literally 80% of the places you just sourced, what you're debating the most on this, is owned by BlackRock.
Okay, so they can't be telling the truth.
$1 trillion in assets under management and gave the United States a $1 trillion bailout during COVID.
So they can't. Oh, by the way, somebody just said no. They reopened Alligator Alley, 2 bunk beds per chain link cells, open ceilings. So anyway, what we just. I lost my train of thought. Oh, so you're saying that because okay, but John, that means that it's all bullshit. So if they report something good, hold on, John. If they all report something good about Trump, that's bullshit because it's all BlackRock owned. BlackRock just donated a fuck ton of money to Trump for the ballroom. That BlackRock just gave. Go ahead.
They're spoon feeding you a narrative, just like they're spoon feeding me a narrative.
So
I'm
how
not
come-
saying any of it.
How come they're not denying this? John, I want you to, John, just answer me one question. Now, we know they were friends. We know they were friends, okay? We know they did business together, Jeffrey Epstein. We know that Donald Trump,
Yep, they definitely did
we know that Donald Trump said, Jeffrey Epstein is a great guy, and he even likes beautiful women as much as me, and many of them are on the younger side, okay? He said stuff like
Trump
that.
was a playboy. Is that a surprise to you?
What he's saying is, while he was still friends with Epstein, he had knowledge that Epstein was fucking with underage kids. Okay? Now, these things.
No, that's not true.
He literally said many of them on the younger side. What do you think he meant? When he's talking about a pedophile and he says that. He wished Ghislaine Maxwell well. What?
When you're 60 years old, you're talking about younger side, dude. He was married to, how old was his wife?
First of all, I don't even think he was 50 yet when he said that. And
okay, how old was his wife?
Listen, he's talking about America's most prolific pedophile, and he says he likes women on the younger side. You think he's talking about 25-year-olds? There's also a picture. How about this?
Dude, he could have been talking about 20-year-olds, which in my mind is literally almost this.
Or he could have been talking about children. But my point is, though, all these things, right? All this interaction he had with Epstein, and you're going to tell me that you don't believe that he's in the files? It would be an impossibility.
No, not at all. See, you're trying to twist a narrative. Did I say that at all? I'm not saying he's not in the files. I'm saying that I don't think that he had the part in the files which you're trying to portray. Obviously, if they associated, did business, everything else, he was definitely in the files. Number one, I think that he would release him if he could.
Okay, all right, let me ask you this then. Before you go on, when they were voting on the discharge petition to release the Epstein files, Trump told Marjorie Taylor Greene, he said this on live news, that it's a hostile act if anybody signs that discharge petition. Now, why would he say that if that's all about the release of the Epstein files? Also, Mike Johnson literally has Congress shut down for about 2 months because he doesn't want to swear in Adelita Grijalva. And the reason is, the reason is there's 217 signatures on that petition, and they need 218. And as soon as she's sworn in, she becomes the 218th signature, and we get closer to seeing the Epstein files. Go ahead.
So you think that's why the government shut down right now?
It's an absolute fact, yes.
Okay, so you don't think it has any... Then why are they pushing a clean resolution at least, 18 times now to reopen the government?
How come Mike Johnson sent everybody home and told Republicans, do not, under any circumstances, come back to D.C. and negotiate with Democrats?
Because they've already tried pushing a clean resolution through. Do you know what a clean resolution is?
Yes. Do you know what a negotiation is?
100%.
So you think the Democrats should just fold and just give in?
Why would they just give in and why would they fold when the only way to do that is Democrats are pushing, and you said earlier, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place, but this shutdown does have to do with illegal immigrants being funded. Earlier you stated they can't receive any aid, which is not true. They can receive emergency aid, which can be up to 12 months.
Well, emergency aid as far as what? As far as what?
12 months emergency aid and Medicare, because you have up to a full calendar year before you have to report any tax documents and see if you're truly eligible.
It's not true. It's
100%,
literally...
dude, back check me alive.
It's
back
literally...
check it live, dude.
It's literally...
I have the actual pieces of code. I can give you the pieces of code that bill statutes.
You're talking about federally funded healthcare and shit.
Yes, they
Okay.
100% that emergency aid, because there's no way to prove they do not deserve it until 11 months and 29 days.
Look,
And I have the actual statutes. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling up a picture. I have the document literally in my phone.
okay, because I have about 5,000 things here that state factually that illegal immigrants cannot receive federally funded healthcare under any circumstances.
Now, wherever you got that source, ask if they can reserve emergency aid. Because I guarantee you, if it's a factual site, it will tell you yes.
Federally
And
funded
even if
emergency
that's your-
aid. Federally funded emergency aid.
Yes. See? I have the actual document, not like
Here you go. Hey, listen. Illegal immigrants can receive certain types of emergency aid and services essential for life and safety, but are ineligible for most federal public benefits or cash assistance programs.
Most. You just said most, bro.
Yeah. Federal law distinguishes.
Billions of dollars, dude.
Bro,
Hundreds of billions.
the $1.6 trillion you're talking about cannot go to illegals for health care. It is against federal law.
Hold on 1 second. I'm pulling up the picture right now. A minute ago, you told me that nobody could, though, and now you're reading off your site, most.
Yeah, but I don't believe.
Saying, bro.
But it's talking about emergency aid for essential for life and safety. It does not say health care.
Right here. All right. So if you look at the clean resolution that would have been passed, if you look at WFTCA section 71109, section 7110, 71117, 71201, 71301, 71302. This is the dollar amounts. First one, ending Medicaid funding for most non-citizens. That's 6,211 million. So that's $6 billion. The second one, 71110, ending enhanced FMAP for emergency care to illegal immigrants. 28,200 million. Number three, closing the California loophole. 34,606 million.
This is
71201.
This is federal code. This is federal code. This is okay. So it says
off the White House documents list. You can look up these actual documents.
Does it say they can receive federally funded health care?
Yes, that's literally all of them. Listen to what I'm saying. So the first one is ending Medicaid funding for most non-citizens.
Yeah, look at that.
That's 711009. 71110, ending enhanced FMAP, which is MAP, for emergency care to illegal immigrants.
Emergency care, exactly. Emergency care. The EMTLA.
The first one is ending Medicaid, dude.
The emergency.
The first one literally is number three, closing the California loophole. Number four, ending Medicare funding for most non-citizens.
Okay.
Number five, ending Obamacare funding for most non-citizens.
Most non-citizens, meaning like green card holders and people on work visas and stuff, not illegal immigrants.
Bro, we're talking about $91,400,000,000. This total cost, and this was in the clean resolutions that the Democrats would not sign without these continuing, coming to $192,813,000,000. Mm-hmm. So literally a sixth of your 1.6 trillion. I'm sorry, an eighth.
Okay.
Just throwing that up there, dude. This isn't all.
No.
Like
it says. You're interpreting it a certain way. It says most non-citizens. It doesn't say undocumented immigrants, and it doesn't say they're eligible for federally funded Medicare or Medicaid. You're talking about emergency treatment under the EMTLA, the Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act. That means that if they go into an emergency room, they have to be treated and stabilized, and then the federal government reimburses them a small percentage of it, I believe. That's it. They cannot get Medicare or Medicaid.
Dude, look at read the California loophole. Document 71117. All right? That one's almost $100 billion in itself.
You're talking about California.
$92 billion.
You're talking about California, though. You're talking about a state.
No, but it's through federal funding because California obviously has one of the highest concentration of illegal immigrants. So that's what they're pushing. What I'm saying is
they have the highest concentration of everything. They're the largest state by population.
Right, but they're also right next. You know what I mean?
Of
Like,
course,
it
the
ain't really
border,
hard to get there.
Yeah. No, of course,
Bro,
Mexico.
this is all I'm saying, man, is if you believe something, you're going to have your narrative, and I'll never fault you for that, or I'll never fault anybody for that. My bigger message to anybody listening is, number one, don't let any media spoon feed your narrative, because no matter what you're looking for, you'll get it.
Yeah, but you got your own narrative too. Like we just established that you did not prove me wrong because you're talking about non-citizens and not undocumented immigrants.
Oh my God! See, that's the problem right there. Like when I didn't know about something, I was like, look, unless you send me like what document you're talking about, I can't really debate it. I just read you off the statutes. You don't even want to take the time to go see if I'm right. You'd rather just worry about being right.
I listened to every word you said. I listened to every word you said. And
how about reading the documents like I have?
It says emergency treatment. It says, hold on, John. It says emergency treatment for some non-citizens. It does not say Medicare and Medicaid, federally funded health care for undocumented immigrants. It said some non-citizens.
Because I can read you off where it says clearly that people who cannot prove they're supposed to be in the United States are receiving aid. What would you like me to read off to you?
Are they receiving federally funded health care? Medicare or Medicaid?
600-page documents.
Okay.
Why don't you take the time to learn about what you're trying to preach?
Because I already know. I already know the answer.
Okay.
It's a federally funded program, Hippie Gypsy. Go ahead.
Okay, so so that you even said yourself, how does it not prove you wrong? When originally you were saying that there's nothing that illegal immigrants can get, and then you just looked up something.
I said federally funded health care.
Emergency aid. So just by admitting they can receive emergency aid, I technically proved you wrong. If that's all you care about is being right and wrong.
No. The EMTLA I've known about forever. Everybody knows about the EMTLA. All that says is, just like me or you, if we walk into a... Hold on. But I said specifically they don't get federally funded health care, for fuck's sake. Do you understand that? It's a different thing. When they go into a hospital, just like me or you, if I walk into the emergency room with a broken leg today, you get treated and stabilized. That's it. You don't get fucking surgeries. You don't get operations. You don't get procedures. The federal government reimburses them a small percentage of it. It's the law. If you run a hospital, you have to treat people.
So the 6 documents I just wrote up and checked you on, you don't want to take the time to read them. You just want to come up with a narrative that enforces your opinion.
John, non-citizens doesn't necessarily mean undocumented immigrants.
No, but if you read, dude, I'm trying to tell you, and I've done this at least 4 or 5 times. If you read through the documents, like I have, it makes it so very clear, like without question, that there is funding available for people in our country illegally. Just like there's 22 states now that also give them a picture identification card without a social security number. Out of those 22 states, over 12 of them put you down as not complete when you go to vote if you don't have a social security number.
Yeah.
And then when you go to vote on voting day, all you have to do is bring a picture ID and sign an affidavit saying you're not an illegal citizen.
Okay.
What do you think about that? Every illegal immigrant that votes takes away one legal citizen's vote.
Can you give me any examples of widespread voter fraud by illegal immigrants? Any, even one. Even one.
Yeah, go to Fall River.
The what?
Go to Fall River, dude. Go to Worcester.
You're talking about cities in Massachusetts.
Go to any ghetto, dude. I don't know what to tell you, and that's not racist. All right. That's again fact.
So just give me one specific case of it.
Widespread motor fraud?
Yeah, by illegal immigrants. Yes, give me one case of it.
Okay, the fact that if they're driving in our country, it's illegal because they don't have licenses.
Now you moved the goalpost. We're talking about voting.
Right there, dude. You're kicking yourself in the balls right now.
We're talking about voting, and you just switched to driver's licenses, and I'm kicking myself in the balls.
Bro. Voting. What do you mean? You said motor vehicle fraud.
I said widespread voter fraud.
Oh, bro, I'm saying that's what's happening for next election. There's literally 22 states.
So we're predicting the future now.
What side they'll vote for. Bro, I'm not even saying what side they'll vote for. You're assuming all of the other stuff. All I've done is come on here and tell you that BlackRock runs all the shit, gave you 6 documents that backs up the Republicans' claims that they are funding illegals through our tax dollars.
So you're going back to the old topic. Yeah.
What?
So where are we at with that illegal voter fraud? That voter fraud by illegal immigrants. Yeah. Could you name a case of it?
Okay. What are you trying to get? You want me to get documentation that there's illegal voter fraud?
I want you to show me one credible source that reported a voter fraud by illegal immigrants in federal elections.
Voting fraud. I'm going to have to I have to go offline to do that because I don't use Google. You know what I mean? I wouldn't use something that's literally owned by the same people. I'm sitting here telling you.
Do you sound like a paranoid conspiracy theorist?
Bro, there's a difference between reality and conspiracy.
No.
You're being spoon.
Do you have proof? Hold on. Do you have proof that the media is spoon feeding us a fake narrative?
100%.
What's the proof? Prove that they were wrong about Pam Bondi sitting Trump down about the Epstein files.
Bro, it's kind of just... But see, now you're jumping and nitpicking my details. You can't tell me to give you proof that we're being spoon-fed a narrative. How about the fact that if I watch a Republican-leaning news station, I will see Republican-leaning news. If I watch a liberal news station, I will hear a completely different story. I will see completely different facts.
That's why when I cited sources for the thing about Pam Bondi sitting Trump down about the Epstein files, the first network I mentioned was Fox News.
So now look at who owns those news stations.
So then what you just said don't matter because you said if you listen to right wing stuff you'll get right leaning news. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's Fox News or MSNBC. They're telling us the same narrative.
Bro, here's the point of all of this. If you're watching mainstream media, you're gonna be a sheep like mainstream media. If you want real answers, fact check 12 different sources, go behind that and actually look at for like whatever's actually connecting the dots and what's not. Because if you don't think that you're being spoon-fed with the top 0.1% of people who read your emails, or not specifically your emails, but see everything you look at, see everything that you're into, and then analyze that with all of the other crap going on in our country, I don't know what to tell you, man. I can't help you by just showing you that something's wrong.
First of all, you're assuming things. I don't watch any network news. I watch independent journalists and I research what they say. Now, what you're saying to me now is that it is a fact that anything the media says is a lie. That's what you're saying.
No.
Oh my God. How have you not been saying that? Anything I mention from the news, you say BlackRock.
Media.
So if it's mainstream media, they are lying. They're lying if it's mainstream. So it's lies.
I'm saying that you'll get what you look for, just like on Google, bro. If I put a question one way, and it sort of leans towards me looking for a specific answer, I will get that answer. If you word it a little bit differently, you will get a completely different answer.
So,
just
okay.
like AI,
all those news networks,
right?
You're talking about a cognitive bias, basically. People who already came to a conclusion, and they're looking for anything that confirms that for them. You know what I mean? What about
Pretty much.
like when I read,
Alien narrative, yeah.
yeah, when I read you like 25 different sources that all told the same story, just because you don't like the story, you don't like that.
No, I told you that.
You don't like the
Dude,
story, so you say it's fake news. You don't like the story, so you say it's fake
You can't even
news.
debate like an adult, bro. You can't even debate like an adult. I didn't even
Oh.
say, I literally said, I don't know that document. I cannot debate that. That is what I said to you. I didn't confirm or deny.
No, what you said is that because
I
it's
don't have the facts.
because it's coming from news sources that are 80% owned by BlackRock, then it's bullshit and I'm being
Which
fed a
is both
narrative.
sides.
Huh?
All I'm saying is it's literally both sides. Anything from BlackRock, I would dig deeper on my own. And I can't do that on the fly with something that you're reading in real time.
Okay, good. If you want to take a moment and look up if Pam Bondi told Trump he's in the Epstein files, I'll give you as much time as you need.
When's your next show? I'll come back on for that. Because it's not going to be something I can look up in 15 minutes without just doing it on like Google or ChatGPT. I like to confirm my information. It's going to take hours, days, weeks.
So if you don't believe ChatGPT, which uses a million different sources to give you an answer, then what are you going to believe?
AI hallucinations.
What?
You know what an AI hallucination is, right? That's literally like my field of research. Is I help collect the data that helps train those models.
Okay.
If you believe ChatGPT, then you're a lot more hurting than I could ever help, bro.
No. I believe you have no idea. When I hear something, I research it thoroughly. It is literally a fact. Literally a fact that Pam Bondi sat Trump down and said he's in the Epstein files. 1,000 FBI agents were assigned to redact his fucking name. That is a fact. It's not something you can argue.
Dude, but I'm pretty sure when you said that, I said, look it. I can't say he's not in the Epstein files. I'm sure he is literally what I said. They did business. They did all this stuff. Thousands of people are in the Epstein files. I said, I don't think it means what you're assuming that would mean. That's what I said to you. See, again, you're trying to push your narrative for your show.
What you tried to do is discredit my argument because it doesn't fit your narrative.
Illegal immigrants, 100%.
You tried to discredit
illegal immigrants in their health care because I know for a fact you're wrong.
Tell me that illegal immigrants can get Medicare and Medicaid. Go ahead.
They can get emergency care, which has been my argument since the beginning. You said they can't get shit. I called in. I cited 6 different legal documents that anybody can look up if they go to whitehouse.gov.
Yeah, you're talking about the EMTL. You're talking about the EMTLA, bro. You're talking about.
No, I'm not.
You're talking.
Let me do this again for you. I'll do it really slow, so maybe you understand this time. Okay?
Yeah.
This is documents 7. All right, so WFTCA section 711009. That one is the FMTLA, but not 71110, not 71117.
You don't have to read all that, bro. Nobody's looking it up. You don't have to read all that.
What is it?
Just get to the point. You don't have to read all the fucking code numbers and shit. That's not important.
But if you're so passionate about this, that you're challenging people to come debate you, why don't you read that and then come back to a debate on subject?
There's one fact here, buddy. The guy who's chain smoking a cigarette. I smoked one cigarette, Joey. Here, Joey, you all you do is start fucking trouble and talk shit. The fact of the matter is that illegal immigrants cannot receive federally funded health care, period. That's all there is to it.
So you don't want to take the time to research that beyond, I don't know.
I've already researched it, John.
Documents that clearly state they can't.
No, you're talking about emergency treatment, John.
No, bro, you keep pushing that narrative, and that's literally 71109. Ending Medicaid funding from, not even that one. Sorry, it would only be, all right, so 71110 is ending enhanced FMAP for emergency care to illegal immigrants.
Okay.
But the other 5 have nothing to do with emergency care.
Okay, so what are the other 5?
Those other 5, first one is ending Medicaid funding for most non-citizens. And if you
John,
read that,
John,
yes, there's going to be exceptions
non-citizens,
to people with
John,
green cards and working.
non-citizens. It does not say undocumented immigrants, John. You're not
If you read the
understanding.
fucking thing, it does, you dumb fuck.
What?
Like, really, dude, I've been saying that for the last 20 minutes. If you read the actual document, it clearly states it is not for people over here without socials, on green cards, or even work visas. It is for people in our country illegally.
No.
It clearly states that, which is why I'm telling you to read a specific document that by then, if you have any common sense beyond any reasonable doubt, it will tell you you are wrong. I can't do anything more than give you an exact document section and then expect you to want to read it to see if you're right or wrong instead of just assume that I'm wrong. Like, that's all I've been saying for 40 minutes or whatever we've been talking now, is read the document. If you wanted to do this again, gladly do it. Other than when you just tell me I'm wrong without any proof, you seem like a somewhat intelligent guy.
Yeah, I know, John.
So I'd love to debate you.
It's confirmation bias on your part. You're looking up things that you're interpreting them a way that works for your narrative, bro. What about let me ask you something. What about the ACA subsidies that illegals can't fucking receive? That's what Democrats are really fighting for. That's why they won't vote to reopen the government. They want the ACA subsidies extended. Tell me what the fuck that has to do with illegals.
Maybe that's the other $1.4 trillion, but I just told you why $200 billion of that is going to illegal immigrants, not talking about that.
So $200 million out of $1.4 trillion, that's what concerns you the most.
1/8? That's literally like 17% of what our entire country is fighting about. Like, I'd say that's a big deal, bro.
Bro, it's not. I'm telling you, illegal immigrants cannot, no matter how you twist it, they can't receive Medicare or Medicaid.
Anything. These are literally documents that you have to read hundreds of pages.
Okay,
not like an article in Newsweek that I read.
So in the beginning of the show and during the show, I said illegal immigrants cannot receive federally funded health care, welfare, SNAP, cash assistance, any of that. And what you're telling me is what you found is that non-citizens are being funded for emergency treatment only.
No,
you change the fucking argument and then you say that you won. You change the argument and then you say that you won, John. Huh?
Just because you're talking over me or pushing your narrative over and over doesn't make it any better than it was.
No, John, you changed the conversation and said you were right.
Documents. 1 out of 6 has to do with emergency care. The other 5 have nothing to do with emergency care. How about I know people who came into our country illegally from when I was in the laborers union?
Anecdotal evidence. Anecdotal evidence. Yeah, you know people. Hearsay.
This is like 15, 20 years ago.
And I know a guy from 1987 who could fly.
Dude, they literally, when cell phones were around, they were getting everything from their cell phone to healthcare to fucking checks in the mail, and he was getting the union wages and sending it home. I'm just telling, that's my personal experience.
That's what you say.
Should also tell you that.
Why should I believe anything you say? Why should I believe what you say? I could tell you right now.
You to believe what I'm saying, but you're also not believing the cited documents that are
John, slow down. John, show me in those other documents. All I fucking said in this show is that they cannot receive federally funded health care like Medicaid or Medicare.
The section that proves you wrong. Literally, I'm not even asking you to read the whole document. I'm asking you to read the sections that I have cited. It's like maybe 12 pages, and then you will clearly see that you are wrong.
Why can't you tell me where it says in those documents that illegal immigrants can receive Medicare or Medicaid?
Okay, again, section. So not like whole new document. This is a section of a document, okay? It will literally have like a little, what do they call them? Like an index where it tells you exactly where it says that. Go to 71110, 71117, 71201, 71.
Oh my God! Come on, why are you giving all the numbers? Who gives a fuck? Does it say?
Section you're asking whether you can read it. I'm telling
I'm
you.
not going to read it, John. I'm not going to read it. I already know the answer. You can't even I'm asking you now. You read them, and I'm asking you to tell me where it says that illegal immigrants can receive federally funded fucking health care, Medicare or Medicaid. Jesus Christ.
You want me to read out? Okay, I'll read it off to you. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. And if you don't, John, will you say, oh, my bad, I was wrong. They can't receive Medicare or Medicaid. Of course not, yeah. They change the argument and then they say that they want it. They just change the topic altogether. It's amazing. Yeah, LeBron Curry, sure.
Section 71109, effective October 1st, 2026, restricts eligibility to lawful permanent residents. Is that better? Certain Cuban Haitian entrants and those residing under the Compact of Free Association, COFA, this change eliminates eligibility for many other qualified groups, such as refugees and asylees, who were previously eligible after a waiting period. Loss of eligibility, previously eligible groups like refugees, asylees, which is the same as asylum, and parolees will lose eligibility for federal Medicaid CHIP funding under this section. States can still choose to cover lawfully. Hold on.
So not illegal immigrants is what you just said.
Hold on a minute. What? Yes, this will, dude.
You said asylees, refugees.
October 1st, 2026. It changes the current law, meaning that up until that date, the people are eligible. That's what restricts means. Somebody who is previously eligible will now be restricted.
For asylees, refugees, not illegal immigrants.
Okay, if I look this up on Google, I guarantee you I will get a complete
BlackRock, not a good enough source. BlackRock, Google, nope. Narrative, fake news. That's what you do when I bring up a source.
Whoa, bro.
Look it up on Google. Go ahead. Go ahead, do it.
You're not on Google? I literally just read you part of it, and it clearly states, as of now, up until October 1st, 2026,
yeah,
that illegal immigrants can receive these funds. That's why it says it will be restricting it.
No, you said asylees and refugees. You said
the words up in the dictionary.
You said asylees and refugees.
They'll be eligible.
That's not illegal immigrants, John.
Oh my God, man. Oh, dude.
If you're an asylee or good.
Yes. So as of October 1st, 2026, they will be the only ones who can still maintain getting that funding. So as of now, others are eligible to get it. That is what is in the clean resolution that Democrats, 6 of which have crossed and now signed, but they need like 11 or 12 more votes to reopen the government.
Mm-hmm. And the main reason they're not reopening the government, John, is because of the ACA subsidies for American citizens.
I'd have to look that up, man.
Oh, my God. Oh, no. No fucking way, John. Are you talking about $200 billion out of $1.4 trillion, and you don't know what the $1.2 trillion goes to? So in other words, it's confirmation bias. The only answer you looked for is one that made you feel like you're right, that illegals can get free health care. You don't even care about why the government isn't open. Oh my God!
This is the problem today, bro. This is really the problem today.
I agree.
I'm sitting here telling you that I want to research this to make sure I have specific facts cited, to make sure that I know exactly what I'm talking about. But you need it now. You need it to be spewed at you just so you can be right. No. I called in to explain that, unlike you said, where you said illegal immigrants can't get any funding at all, which you've already now stated they can get emergency funding.
They don't get emergency funding. They don't get it. John, they don't get it. It doesn't go to them. It simply means... No, it simply means... John, hold on. If you keep yelling over me, John, I'm going to mute you. Don't yell over me. Okay.
Did you not say that already?
No.
You can't debate somebody who can't.
John, you're going to let me talk or I'm just going to hang up on you. Let me talk or I'm going to hang up on you. Okay. The Emergency Medical Treatment Labor Act, what it means is that if anyone, me, you, or an illegal immigrant, walks into a fucking hospital, okay, and gets treated, they have to treat us and stabilize us. That's all they have to do. That's it. So if you got a broken leg, they got to fix your leg, put it in a cast. That's it. They don't have to do a surgery on you to repair it. They don't have to do anything. That's as much as they have to do. Then the government will reimburse them a percentage, I believe, of that. Okay, that it's not going to the fucking illegal immigrant so he could pay his medical bills. It's just reimbursing the hospital because the government made a law that they must treat and stabilize anyone who walks into an emergency room. Medicare and Medicaid, for instance, though, those things, they actually give people health care so you can get doctor's appointments, hospital visits, procedures, surgeries. That is not what illegals get. They don't get anything. The hospital gets reimbursed a percentage of the treatment. Did he hang up? I think he hung up. Guys, it's not, they don't get free health care. I literally said federally funded health care they can't receive. And all he's talking about is emergency fucking treatment. Yeah, if they have to, yes. They treat and stabilize, yes. But they're not going to do more than they have to. They don't have to do that. By law, they have to treat and stabilize. You can go read the EMTLA. You can go read it.
From John Pezente.
He's pissed. What's up, John?
John Pezente. Okay, bro. So ready?
Yeah.
All right, I gotta ask, man. So I did hang up, and the key reason for that is pretty simple. You can't debate somebody who can't ever be wrong, right? So you just described it as...
John, you want me to say I'm wrong even though I'm not wrong. I'm not going to do that.
Hold on a minute.
I'm not a jackass.
Hopping on here. You said over and over that they don't get any funding from the federal government.
They don't get federally funded. What I said, John, what I said is they don't get federally funded health care.
Okay, so can I talk now?
Yeah, go right ahead. Feel free.
Okay, so when that takes place, even if they did, or when they have in the past, because it's not like a big mystery that illegal immigrants can have health insurance. Like, do we agree on that?
Health insurance? Federally funded health insurance?
In the past.
Going back in time, I can't tell you 100%. I could just tell you now.
Okay.
So you might know more than me about that. So go ahead.
So the way you just explained it is, if I go to the hospital with a broken leg, they have to fix somebody who's an illegal immigrant, but it's not like they're sending them, anything. They're not physically getting anything.
No, and they don't have health coverage. They don't have health coverage, healthcare coverage. Okay.
Okay, so agreed there.
All right.
But it's not like when they have health insurance, the government is sending them a check to then go choose their own health insurance. So they can get So have you ever had to be on Mass Health or anything like that, or whatever state you're in, health program, anything like that?
No.
Okay, I was an 18-year-old father, so my wife was on Mass Health back in the day before any of that happened. And that's how I know illegal immigrants were, too, because that's when I was in the laborers union, and lots of illegal people did have health insurance.
Yes.
So if they go and they, like you gave an example of breaking their leg, they have to fix up their leg, cast it, whatever, and then ship them.
Yeah.
That is still redonkulous amounts of money, which it would be cruel to not do that. So I do understand why that should be allowed.
Okay.
But I can't give you, if you wanted to take some time to read the sections of the documents I gave you,
No, John, I know, but
I feel like your opinion would change on this.
You might be right, but here's the thing, John. I deal with people every fucking day who move the goalpost, okay? And I said during this show that they can't receive welfare or federally funded Medicare or Medicaid. And then all of a sudden this became a conversation about emergency treatment, which everybody knows.
Well, that's because SNAP benefits they can. SNAP is given out the same way. So when you go for food stamps, for example, they give out emergency food stamps, which then have to be approved with up to like a X amount window. So it's not that they're giving them to illegal immigrants because they don't know they're illegal immigrants yet. They give them to everybody, and then X amount of time wears off. But if you're coming into the country illegally, then the problem is that first Joe, or Jose, I guess, would be on it. And then when he can't get it anymore, his wife might be on it. And then when she can't get it anymore, and that's a bigger part of the problem. Which people who come over here legally, wouldn't you be pissed if you spent years in line to get over here, and then all of a sudden, you know, 3 of your cousins came without doing anything the correct way?
Well, let me read
You
this
see
up.
why that's an issue, right?
Yeah, this says no illegal immigrants are. Illegal immigrants are not eligible for SNAP food stamps, which includes emergency food stamps, as SNAP has never been extended to undocumented non-citizens. However, U.S. citizen children and their households may be eligible for benefits. Certain other nutrition programs, like some school meals and the WIC program, may be available to children regardless of their parents' immigration status. So they can't get emergency food stamps.
Well, see, you won't believe, but if you looked all of this stuff out, what search engine do you use, just out of curiosity?
Google. Now you'll tell me that's not a good enough one.
Well, ask it a different way. So ask it this way. If
Ask
I
it
don't have...
however way I have to till you get the answer you want. Okay, how should I
I'm
ask
showing
it?
you something.
Okay, go ahead. I'm going to listen.
If I don't have proof,
Okay.
or I don't have a picture ID, how can I get emergency SNAP benefits? Or if I don't have a government ID,
Okay.
what comes up?
I don't know. Let me look. Hold on. I'm typing. Actually, I'm swiping.
All right, so, take some time in. I'm going to tune into your show again, but when you ask Google something, ask it the exact opposite way that you want the answer, and see if the answer comes up the same way.
Okay.
That's all I'm trying to point out.
Okay.
All right, man. Have a good day.
All right.
God bless.
All right. Bye, John. All right. So here's the answer. You can get emergency food stamps without a government ID by using alternative documents to verify your identity, such as birth certificate, social security card, or pay stubs. I'm about to have a heart attack. You see, John? Shut up, ducks, bitch. Pay stubs, you got to be on the books to have a pay stub. And you have to verify your identity. Do you understand? Verify your identity. Those are the key words. So no matter what kind of ID you use, you have to be able to verify your identity so they know that you're an American citizen. What do you mean, Nick? Yeah, Cheryl's a fucking dope. I was looking at some of her comments. Ugh. Let me just see. Me too, Captain Homer. Me too. See, and there you go. The TomTom, they can through states that allow that. The federal funds are given to the state from federal government to distribute. Again, though, this is a decision the state makes. Okay? It's not by federal law. It is literally, you can look this up, it is illegal to give illegal immigrants federally funded health care. It is illegal. It can't happen. Do you understand? And even this, and John won't admit that I was wrong. I don't see him back in the chat. Or that he was wrong. I'm sorry. What did I say? It says if you don't have he told me to ask it. If I don't have a government ID, how can I get emergency food stamps? That's what he told me to type. You can get emergency food stamps without a government ID by using alternative documents to verify your identity, such as a birth certificate, social security card, or pay stubs. Therefore, you have got to prove with one of these documents that you are a legal citizen in order to get this shit. So tell me I'm wrong. Oh, here we go. What's up, John?
John Pezente.
Oh, my God.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Yes.
All right, dude. Are you really trying to say that it being illegal is why people in our country illegally won't do it?
Legally won't do it. They can't do it, John. See, this is what I mean. You're talking about people that won't admit when they're wrong. I just read exactly what you told me to ask. I just read you the answer, and that's not good enough.
And it told you. Dude, I could make a birth certificate in about 30 minutes. Do you doubt that? It's usually a photocopy on a piece of paper that has a stamp that's 20, 30, 40 years old.
It would have to be used to verify your identity. And now you move the goalpost to now illegals are somehow, they're taking Photoshop classes and they're learning to make a fake birth certificate. John, just admit you're wrong. Holy fucking shit.
When you watch a video in 2025, do you know if it's real or fake?
John, you're just moving the goalpost, John. You're just moving the goalpost.
No, I'm not at all.
You said they can get it without an ID. That's what you said. I can rewind the show. You said they can get emergency food stamps without an ID.
I didn't say any. I didn't even say what it would tell you. I said, why don't you read the documents I cited, and then we can discuss it, because I'm pretty sure it would change your mind. We didn't even really touch on this until I said, ask it a different way. And the reason I said that is to show you that you'll get a different answer every time you...
No, you told me to do that because you thought I'd get the answer you were looking for. John, come on, man. At least be honest.
Have I fished for a narrative yet? I'm not fishing for a narrative.
Okay, well, so listen, John, I got to get going in a few here because I'm on 2 hours and 16 minutes and nobody's even fucking donating nothing. So listen, can we agree now that you cannot get emergency food stamps? And when I say it's illegal, it's illegal for the federal. What I mean is it's illegal for the federal government. It's against federal law to give undocumented immigrants these benefits. It's not about whether the illegals will break the law. Hold on. It's not about whether the illegals will break the law if they can. Of course they can. But how do you go and get emergency food stamps as an illegal immigrant if at the very least you need a pay stub? And it's not just the pay stub. The pay stub has to be used to verify your identity, meaning they have to be able to use that pay stub to say, okay, you're a legal citizen. So you can't get emergency food stamps. Just admit that.
I can admit, I'll agree.
Thank you.
Not admit, because you haven't asked me my actual opinions on things. I've just kind of told you how you can get both answers. But I will 100% agree that they're not handing out all types of emergency benefits today to people who can't prove they're in our country.
They're not, you're saying, right?
I think you're also twisting the narrative a little bit on the fact that, as you stated, it's also largely based on whether people here illegally who are already breaking the law are going to break the law again to a country that they have not even sworn allegiance to.
Do you think illegals want to break the law, considering that they're illegal and breaking the law will get them deported? Do you think that most illegals try to do the right thing and avoid cops and the law at all costs? Because it would be retarded for them to do shit that's going to get them fucking thrown out of the country. Like most illegals don't want to be seen, period. They want to go find a job, do a job, and go home to their family. They're not out there. And we already know that American citizens fucking commit violent crimes at 1,000 times the rate of illegals, because illegals don't want to be out there committing all types of crimes. That's why anytime there's no... Go ahead.
I'll admit that I have some of the hardest working people I have ever met are illegal immigrants,
all right,
and have been here on work visas and stuff like that. But then there's two sides to that story, man. If you go to some of the worst places in the country and talk to Flacco or Domingo or fucking 8 of his cousins and brothers selling drugs, guns, things like that, are also usually here illegally. And they don't even come here with any intention on working. So by pushing the narrative that because I agree with some Republican points of view, you know, everybody or Americans do more violent crimes, this, that, the other thing. It's only true in cultural basis. You know, there's some Haitians that I know personally that have done some pretty nasty shit, dude. You know, in my area. And I'm not racist towards Haitians because one of them's also like one of my
statistically,
like mentors.
Yeah, but statistically, illegal immigrants commit crimes at a lower rate than American citizens, including violent crime. Because this is my question, John.
If we don't know they're here, how are we getting these statistics?
Well,
and if we knew they were here and could do a proper poll, wouldn't they have gotten deported?
Because crime is reported. That's how. Crime is reported. So that's how you would know.
But you can't do a per-person basis or any type of comparison because we don't know how many are here.
But we do if they committed a crime and got caught.
Right. So you're taking just the people who get caught, which is, if you think about just by reasoning, and again, I do not have the statistics, but if you're only using the people who got caught doing crime, then obviously that's a much higher percentage doing crime.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Is it crime you're worried about, or is it people you just don't like?
Oh, dude, one of my best friends is Haitian kid. His family's great. I've worked, like I said, some of the hardest working people I've met have been here illegally. Two big worries. Number one is I have two kids who, I'm 43 years old. My kids are in their 20s. This is my biggest reason on why I'm on that side. Is the monetary side of it, the resources that are deployed, the fact that in my community, my personal experiences, when you have veterans who have slept on the street, but 3 of the hotels were used specifically for illegal immigrants, but even though they don't do that no more.
I agree with you on that. That's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. But what I'm saying is it crime that bothers you, or do you just not like these people that are migrating? Because if it's crime that bothers you, I'd love for you to explain, like, the pardons for the January 6th people and Trump being a 34-time felon. And I'd love for you to explain how certain crime is excused, but other crime, you know, it's your main narrative 24 hours a day. Like, if it's crime, you're being a hypocrite. Also, let me ask you, because I got to go. Let's get back to the beginning real quick. Why isn't Mike Johnson swearing in Adelita Grijalva? It wasn't a protest, just me. It was a riot. Go ahead.
No, honestly, I pick and choose my politics, man, and I don't know a whole lot about that.
Could it be because she would be the 218th signature on the discharge petition, and then we would get closer to releasing the Epstein files?
So here's my only question about that, because I was interested in it, but I kind of stepped away from it because I'm a firm believer that if that list still existed, that it would be out, number one. I think it was destroyed, to be 100% honest with you. In some fucked up way, it's never going to be released. So I really don't think that's a thing. And even if it was, how many people on both sides?
Oh, I don't care. I don't care who they are. If they're on the list, they should be punished. But my question is,
100%.
Would I be right in saying that Trump and the Republicans have the power to release these files?
I don't believe so, no.
Why? What's stopping them?
I don't believe they exist anymore.
No. But let's just say they do. What's stopping the most?
I can't see a world where it wouldn't have been released already.
But it wasn't.
It still existed.
But it wasn't. So what's stopping them, the most powerful people in the country that run everything? Why can't they just release the
They're not in
files?
power.
Who's not in
People who
power?
run the country aren't our officials.
I'm talking about the Congress and the president. They're in charge.
The
The
40,000
Cash Patel.
pages or whatever that were released.
Cash Patel himself.
Oh, sure.
Cash Patel said that the fucking files, the Department of Justice has the files. Pam Bondi said they're on my desk and I'll be releasing them soon. So what happened?
Well, didn't she say it got like dropped on her desk or something?
I wouldn't doubt if she did, but I don't think so. Who knows? And we're still looking for the desk.
I'm pretty sure it disappeared. So I believe the reason that it's not being addressed the way that I feel like a lot of people would like it to be is, number one, Trump is like nonstop doing other shit, to be honest. Like just today, did you see any of the stuff with all like the drugs and like country first pricing for diabetes and all that shit?
Not today. I've been on here all day, so not yet. I'll catch up on it though.
That was 11 o'clock. I can't think of another president that would be going out of his way to get like specific life-altering drugs down in price for certain people.
Like Joe Biden, for example?
So I can't answer your question.
Like Joe Biden? Like Joe Biden, like lowered prescription costs?
Do you pay for health insurance?
Yes.
Okay, so between 10 years ago and now, has anything gone down for you? Because I know
Joe Biden
more for the one prescription I'm on.
Joe Biden negotiated it so that they could he made it so they could negotiate drug costs. Okay, so insulin, for example, insulin was capped at $35. Joe Biden did that. But Trump has said recently about 45 times that he's going to reduce the price of prescription drugs by 1,500%. What do you think about that?
Well, today, Merck, Novo Nordisk, Pfizer, and Eli Lilly all lowered by about 1/5 is now the going price for like a lot of diabetes medications.
Yeah, that's good.
And stuff like that, like it's certain medications.
Yeah.
And he held a news thing at 11 o'clock on that today.
Okay, that's good. I'll catch up with that. But I'm saying, what do you think about the fact that he said he's going to lower the costs by 1,500%, which is mathematically impossible, John?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying 1/5. I think he meant it. And again, I will not deny that Trump says some pretty dumb things.
Is it possible that it wasn't a mistake that is it possible he's just either a pathological liar or a psycho fucking path? Because he said those same numbers I've probably seen him about 45 times say 600, 800, 1,200, 1,500%. Could it be possible that he doesn't even know that would mean the drug companies are paying us to take the drugs? Is it possible that Donald Trump is a fucking moron?
So here's the bottom line to that, in my opinion, because my opinion doesn't rule all. But I'd rather Trump say exactly what he's saying so I can temperature check him than say a million things that he'll never even attempt, which has been every other
like releasing the Epstein files.
Oh, no, you guys, I'm sorry, it might be really important to you, and I'm not saying it shouldn't be.
Don't even do it.
You got to look at other things too, because my only thing there would be, when did that happen again?
Happened over many, many years. I think he was.
Okay, so why haven't they been released by Biden or fucking anybody
They couldn't.
else?
They were sealed. Ghislaine Maxwell's case is on appeal. They were sealed. He couldn't release them. And even, let's just say he didn't.
Why couldn't he have done an executive order?
Well, you can if they're sealed. That's why Trump went to a judge, and the judge said no, but it was only grand jury testimony. It wasn't the files, and they can't release grand jury testimony. Okay, so the question is, what does it matter why Biden didn't release them? Let's just say he could have. What does it matter that he didn't? We're in today. We're in the here and now. And Biden never ran. Biden didn't run on releasing them. Biden never said he was going to release them. Trump ran on it.
again, I can go on the things that I have seen Trump do. I can't, honestly, I don't think that he could if he wanted to. I will say that repeatedly, and I firmly believe that. I'm not delusional.
You don't think the president of the United States could release them? You don't think so?
You want to know one thing that does kind of bother me is you guys give Donald Trump so much credit when it comes to so many things. Like, you think that he can, he does all these massive genius ideas against humanity.
Like the way you guys talked about Biden, like he was an emperor and he could at the snap of a finger reduce gas prices and grocery prices. Now he was responsible for all the evils in the world. You mean like that?
Was it Biden or Obama who had a dead body at his house?
I don't think it was.
One of them had coke. One of them had a dead body.
Biden, no. There was coke in the White House. There was no dead body at anybody's house.
In the Oval Office, though, right?
No, I don't think. You think a fucking 80-year-old man is doing cocaine? You don't think that was somebody who worked there? You think it's the president? And it wasn't in the Oval Office.
Well, I think, honestly, with Biden, wouldn't it have made sense? Sometimes he was fucking sound asleep. Other times he was fucking all about it. He was definitely on something, some type of stimulant. You really don't think so?
What about Trump? Trump falls asleep all the time, and sometimes he's full of energy. What do you think he's on?
He was a playboy for 20 years, too. I think he's done every book in the book.
Do you think he still does them? John, I want you to tell me that you believe that Joe Biden was on drugs. I want you to actually sit here and say that with a straight face. Please say that.
I would be very, very, very surprised if you watch any of his videos and the slow decline. If you watch him one day when he's wide awake, alert, and lucid, and then he can't put a sentence together. Like,
can I tell you something?
A prescription or something else.
Can I tell you something? So my mom passed on June 29th. I just lost my mother.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. Well, she lived with me for 7 years. I took care of her. Me and my wife own a house here, and she lived with us so I could take care of her. Okay, she was very, very sick with heart disease, heart failure, diabetes. So over the last year, when she really, really, really started to go downhill, there were days where she would literally get up, take a shower, get dressed. It would take her a while to actually walk from her bedroom to the front door to the car, but she would get in her car, she would go to Walmart, and she would lean on a cart because she could barely breathe, and she would walk all over Walmart. The next day, she would literally be like in a coma in her room, and she couldn't even fucking open her eyes. This is what happens with old age. Everybody has good days and bad days. Joe Biden did have to be on drugs.
I guess this is the best way I can put it. When I was a kid, I would have never imagined 90% of the people that I know smoke pot now. And it's not a big deal that they smoke pot. So if Biden was on Adderall, or not for nothing, Adderall is just like a stronger version of Coke. If he was on Adderall or something, wouldn't surprise me, is all I'm trying to say.
All right, let me ask you this. Of course it would surprise me. He's the president. He can't take drugs. Which one do you think?
Surprise you that Trump is?
No, I don't think Trump's taking drugs either. I don't think Trump's taking drugs. I didn't say he is. I just said if you had to pick, or if you're going to compare the two, then you would have more reason to think Trump is on drugs. Trump doesn't sleep. Trump is up at 3 a.m. forgetting he's president. What?
So you're saying he can't do it because he's president?
No, I'm saying the likelihood, John. You're talking about friends of yours from Boston who just, you know what I mean? You're comparing them to the president.
I'm talking about
the most highly scrutinized man in the entire fucking world, you think is getting away with taking drugs.
Think about it for a minute. Who do you know that's not on some type of prescription? And that's like a 2025 thing. That's not a I'm from Boston and know the wrong people type thing. We live in a culture where if they're too long, they got a pill to fix it.
So you're not talking about recreational use or misuse. You're talking about.
I believe
You're
believe
talking
that
about
Trump is
following
taking
your
drugs in his life.
your prescribed medication, following the instructions, taking them as should be taken. Then anybody could be on those. But you're making it sound like Biden is specifically using a stimulant, which for some reason only has him awake sometimes. You said yourself, sometimes he's awake, sometimes he's asleep. If he's taking a stimulant, why would he always be awake?
There's like a million meme videos that literally show when he's wired and when he's not. I fully believe that it was a mix of both.
So answer me something. Why wouldn't Biden just take them all the time and just be wired all the time? Do you know that Trump at 3:00 in the morning about 2 weeks ago, he put out a post on Truth Social that said Joe Biden had 247 undercover agents in the crowd on January 6th. Tell me what's wrong with that statement. Joe Biden was not the president on January 6th. Okay? And he said this in a post at 3 a.m. So if you were to guess, if one of them are on drugs, which one is more likely to be on drugs, who would you say?
What do you put, 2025? So the thing is, it was a fucking edit, bro. Like, you can gather that info.
No.
2025, it should have been 2024.
What? No. What he said was on January 6th, as in 2021, when he was president, Joe Biden put 247 undercover FBI agents in the crowd on January 6th. There was no edit.
Hold on a second.
Go look it up.
I'm going to ask Google this one. I just want to see the actual post.
All right, go ahead.
They should have a picture.
All right, guys, why don't somebody throw some money in here, hit the like button, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I'm highly disappointed with how long I've been on YouTube. I got shit to do, for fuck's sake.
Hey, I'm gonna let you go, brother. I wish you the best, man.
Hold on, did you look it up, John?
I haven't. I just realized it's 4:00 and the market's closing.
Oh, okay. You gotta go, yeah.
Trump post, FBI in FBI agents. Let's see. Regarding the deployment of federal agents to cities backing down from a planned surge and shit. I'm only seeing something about San Francisco.
No, put Trump Truth Social post about Biden FBI agents January 6th.
Well, I will say, where it was 3 in the morning, I can't agree. I can't say for sure, but I do get alerted when he makes his Truth Social post because I have a Truth Social account.
Okay.
So I feel like it would have been a bigger deal, or I would have heard about it somewhere else. But
you're just not listening. You're not listening. You're not listening to outlets that report it.
Well.
All right. So look.
So it's not like I'm just a conspiracy guy either. I'm on like other social media. I feel like I would have seen that all over the place and then done my own research to find it.
All right. So here it is. This is 10/12/25. 12:38 a.m. I don't know if you can't see it. It says, Donald J. Trump, the Biden FBI placed 274 agents into the crowd on January 6th. If this is so, which it is, a lot of very good people will be owed big apologies. What a scam. Do something, President DJT. That has also been reported, and you could go, it's probably still up on his Truth Social, and of course, USA Today, Yahoo, fucking Politico, People.com, CNN, MSN, they've all reported this first post.
I'm seeing the Yahoo. I'm seeing it on Yahoo on October 10th.
12th, I think.
Instead of night post. AP photo, Biden placed 274 into the crowd on January 6th. See on Truth Social. So, honestly, man, I have to say that he's obviously a little delusional if he wrote that.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
If he posted it.
He did post it. He did. He posted it.
The one thing I'd say today is everybody, so the reason I asked you about the videos earlier is even if you watch a video with your own eyes, you don't know if it's real anymore.
But it's on.
That's all I'm trying to push.
John,
could very well be real. real.
John, this was on his own. He literally owns the social media site Truth Social. He posted this, and hold on, when Pam Bondi, or when Caroline Levitt was asked about this, the next day, you know what she said?
What?
She said, why don't we, I can't believe you guys are harping on stuff like that when we should be talking about the economy. What she didn't say is, that's not true. It wasn't him that posted that. She just didn't want to acknowledge it because there's no way to excuse it. What?
Here's the thing that's crazy that I think a lot of people let blow right over their head. So if she's not going to deny something like that, this is kind of the whole, like, you guys give Trump, like, credit for being a mastermind when he's doing something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But then you say how dumb he is when he's doing something right or just doing anything in general.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't she deny that if they're going through, like, all this, like, hiding of the Epstein files and all this other craziness, they're taking away freedom of speech. They're doing all that.
Because she can't deny it.
That a post didn't happen?
They can't deny it. It's on his social media thing. John, do you think somebody hacked the president's fucking social media page?
No, not at all.
Okay, so Trump did it. That's why she can't deny it. It's undeniable, John.
I'd also have to say, though, that, like I said, if he wrote it, then obviously that's a problem. But what I'm saying also is, number one, I really doubt he does his own, like, I don't know what you call a Truth Social tweet.
According to him, he does.
I doubt he does his own post.
According to him, he does.
You think that he'd have somebody write it out? Because some of the things, when he gets into, like, paragraphs and paragraphs, they're very well written.
Okay, John, can
Some of them are like, this is very, very, very great, and I'm greater than all the other presidents. Like, dude, I won't.
So what you're saying is when Trump writes something well written, you know it's not him because he's a fucking moron.
No, I'm saying.
No, that's what you just said.
Here's the difference, bro. See, you're pushing a narrative, bro.
John, no, John, you are. Do you understand, John, that you sit here and you tell me all this shit about Biden and you present it as fact. You just sat here and you told me in 2025, I don't know what. No, John, you told me I don't know what videos are real and what are fake. Then you said you've seen videos of Biden super high and then super sleepy. So when it's a video that fits your narrative, it's 100% true. Narrative. There's a million reasons why it might be bullshit.
Bro, I literally have spent most of my time on here saying that if you're looking for a narrative, you'll find it, and don't believe what you see.
So do you see yourself, John, twisting yourself into knots because you just can't bring yourself to admit that that's a real Truth social post by Donald Trump? You're doing mental gymnastics. You got to be dizzy as a motherfucker by now.
What's not this? I don't care enough. I don't honestly care enough. I literally said to you.
I know, John. I know. And if it was Biden, I'm sure you wouldn't be talking about this shit like you want him to be removed under the 25th Amendment. If it was Biden, it'd be a problem.
No,
Since it's Trump, you don't care.
Not at all, because number one, it's funny how well people band together and rally when it's Trump and when they didn't do shit when it was Biden. Like, everybody wants to push all our inflation on Trump. Like, you're going on with your tariffs and shit like that.
I love how you changed the subject. You just changed the subject. You just changed the subject for no reason.
All right, so I can clarify this for all of your 28 listeners. All right, ready? If Trump wrote that, then he was a little batshit crazy that day. And I also pointed out the whole thing about the videos is because anybody who's dealt with any type of AI knows that you can't tell what's real or not.
So those Joe Biden videos you watched, they might be AI.
Dude, I literally said there's a whole bunch of GIFs. You know what a GIF is, right? It's like a funny video.
So what you're saying is the Joe Biden videos.
Fucking fact, and everybody should take it as gospel.
So what you're saying is the Joe Biden videos that you presented as fact that he's all fucked up, they might have been fake.
When did I? Dude, see, this is what I mean by twisting a narrative. I didn't say anything about that. The only facts that I've given you are those documents that I've cited that prove our original argument that you are wrong,
John,
and you refuse to even read them.
John,
how insane is that?
Did you say a little while ago that you've seen videos of Joe Biden stimulated one day and then asleep the next?
I said I watched GIFs of him up in, like, literally all types of wired, and then pretty much sleeping.
And you use that
And
as
I'm pretty sure
evidence.
I used-
Hold on,
I said
John.
memes.
You
I said
use that.
memes.
You use that as evidence that he's on drugs. Then you said,
Dude, I said it as like a funny thing. I literally said the word memes. I wouldn't have said memes if I was trying to prove a point.
you didn't say
This
me.
is what I mean by cherry picking, dude.
No,
You don't
John,
have
I'm
basis
just
for what
calling
you're
out your
arguing. You don't
hypocrisy.
wanna try to make me
I
do
could have
that.
all the proof
Bro,
in the
I can
world.
use this
No,
document.
listen to me, John. I could have all the proof in the world. I could have all the proof. I could have all the proof. I could have all the evidence in the world that Trump did something, and you'll figure out 100 ways to try to say he didn't do it. But you see a video of Joe Biden, and boom, it's definitely Joe Biden's on drugs, period, according to you.
Bro, I wouldn't be surprised if you were on drugs. I have literally said.
I'm 6.5 years clean and sober, motherfucker.
Bro, I literally. How long sober?
6.5 years.
Congrats.
Yeah, well, don't tell me I'm on
over a year
drugs, because,
myself, bro.
well, good, congratulations, but please don't tell me I'm on
myself.
drugs. Good, I'm happy for
Okay,
you.
well, here's the thing, though. Dude, I said like a 2-second comment about Biden, and that's what you've been pushing for the last 10 minutes. I also agreed with you on Trump. I said...
Because it points out hypocrisy, John.
We got serious problems, and you're sitting here telling me I'm twisting shit to my narrative. All I'll go back to is I literally gave you 6 sections of official documents that you refused to read to form a educated opinion on.
I have an educated opinion, and I gave it, John. You read me the documents, and I told you, you interpreted them the way you want to.
Sentences, bro.
Okay, sure.
They're 100-page documents that I read you 3 sentences from.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, by reading those documents, my point was pretty much proven. You just don't want to admit you're wrong.
God,
John, let me just ask you one more.
Anybody who's listening to him, if you want him to be wrong and prove it, all you'd have to do is read. Oh, my phone's dead now, bro. I can't even give the sections. Reverse this video, go to the 6 sections that I stated earlier, and it clearly states illegal immigrants can receive 4 or 5 out of those 6.
And while you're at it, guys, research whether or not Pam Bondi told Donald Trump that he's in the files, and research, what was the other fucking thing? I forget. But let me ask you one more question before your phone dies.
One more. Then I'm gonna go.
Why won't Mike Johnson swear in Adelita Grijalva? What is the excuse if it's not because of the discharge petition to release the Epstein files?
So ready?
Yeah.
This is again like proof of my main principle on this phone call. I've told you at least a half dozen times that I'd have to actually read it, go over it to form an educated opinion on why she's not being sworn in.
Okay, so will you come back?
Try to push that you're right.
Will you come back on the next show and tell me what you researched about Trump's Truth Social post about the FBI and all those things, and tell me what you found out?
I'll do that, and I want you to check out the 6, check out your show, go to those 6 specific sections that I read off, and then try to say, if you fully believe it, that's fine. But after you read these official White House, submitted documents, try to say that illegal immigrants cannot get federal funding.
All right.
Clear?
Listen, yeah, it was nice talking to you, John.
right,
You
then.
seem like a good guy. I'll talk to you another time.
All right, good luck, man.
All right, bye.
Bye.
This is why I don't take phone calls. Never would I sit here and do a show with 33 fucking people watching. You know what I mean? I would have ended this show probably an hour and a half ago. So it was good. Whatever. I guess it was entertaining for some people, but it doesn't keep numbers, these debates. So that's why I just do what I do. So I'll be back on in a little while, a couple of hours or something. But I got to go because if I don't take a piss soon, I'm going to fucking explode. Have a good